Hello everybody. How's it going? I hope it's well. It always every Saturday stream just feels like it's immensely early. Just because it's like such a different time than the rest of the week. It feels like we're in like some alternate reality dimension. And it, gives you the kind of vibe of like something's off, but it's actually not. This is just the time. Also, we missed a few Saturday streams in the last while, so it feels even weirder. Oh, hi, Theo. Also, party. How's it going? I was first. You were first. Congratulations. I feel like somebody might have had a streak going for a little bit. Actually, I'm not fully sure. I think maybe... I was thinking maybe Tara had a streak going for a little bit, but I think Edgy might have broken that last stream or the stream before. Whichever. I can't fully remember now. But anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. We're kind of just having a bit of a more casual stream today because we haven't really done one in a while, but today we're hoping to do a little bit of an art stream. Which, God, I couldn't even tell you when the last art stream was. Maybe like... God, maybe a year ago even? I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of art stream, but, you know, actually doing some stuff in that department it's been a while. It's been a while. So, you know, I kind of had the idea a little bit ago. I've had the idea for a little while of doing, like, Cult of the Lamb stuff for Isaac, specifically having the lamb in Isaac be sprited to be the lamb from Cult of the Lamb, because I thought it'd be funny. I thought it would make sense, you know, is it literally the lamb? You know, like... So that was kind of what I wanted to do, and I was like, somebody should make that mod. And then I'm like, you know, we could probably just get that done. It's not as easy said than done, because we kind of have to concept it and stuff, make something spooky. I mean, it might be spooky, I don't know. We'll see, I don't know. We'll just... and just make something just like... I mean, you guys know, I could... It's not so much making something spooky, but... I can do, yeah. There we go, perfect. I found the exact spooky thing for you. The spookiest thing you've ever seen in your life. Ah! Anyways. That's the spookiest thing you've ever seen. I know. There you go. There's the spooky made. I mean, you know, not made by me, but it's real spooky. Ah! I know. It's terrifying. But either way, for those of you who haven't been to an art stream before, and it's been a little while, I'm kind of just forcing myself to do an art stream. It's been a little bit since I've done any sort of art that way, so, you know, forgive me a little bit if the rust is still kind of being chiseled off a little bit. But the last time we did an art stream, and usually what we do with art streams, we're just kind of chill. We just kind of hang out, do what we do, but also try to let you know what I'm doing. Kind of the process of today is a little different. I think the idea, we're going to try to do probably like Procreate, which is an iPad app. We're kind of just going to sketch a little bit and try to concept exactly what the aim is for like the poses, I guess. And then we'll maybe move to, hopefully in an ideal sense, to Aseprite, where we can actually like sprite some stuff and start to actually do stuff that way. Fatty Fanny, no parents Fanny. Saying they're no parents or whatever, or is that... I mean, I do, so I don't know exactly what you're trying to put across, but sure, yeah, I guess, maybe, possibly. But either way, that's kind of the plan. And we'll see how things go. I feel like it'll probably be awful, but, you know, that's fine. It do be that way. I am gonna get the music that we usually have for today out here, because it's not the right vibe. It's not the feel. It's not the aspect, you know? So that's not what I want. I'm gonna do something along the lines of, how about this? This'll work. There you go. That's a little more chill, a little bit more laid back. I hate Twitch. I can perfectly play online without lag, but when it comes to streams, it's a bit too much. I keep lagging. Yeah, Twitch be that way. It's just it's weird. I mean, it's all dependent on you know, servers and what you're connecting to, which yeah, I find the Twitch servers for, like, you know, kind of eastern region are not as great. I don't know which one I'm connected to now. I should be on the Toronto server, but I think I'm on the New York server, because the Toronto server is ass. But either way, it be the way it is. But alright, cool. Well, I have a couple things. Let me see. I'm gonna be looking down a little bit today, because I have an iPad going, which I'm gonna be looking at, so just FYI. But, you know, there's that. Yeah, probably might be my VPN. I mean, who know? Who know? Maybe. That could easily be a cause. But okay, let me go over to this. Aha! This is my iPad. Wow. In pristine 60 frames per second. Okay, so we got a canvas today. Ah, it's an iPad. I know it's scary. Whoopsie, we don't want that. So, again, for a reminder, and I do have this up too, I can kind of show you actually. So, I brought up the Lamb sprite sheet, which we have here in Aseprite as well. It's Aseprite, but it's fun to say Aseprite. But we have that here. That's what this is. So we have all the like different Lamb sprites and everything. I do not like Apple. I mean, you know, when it comes to tablets and stuff, either you're going into like $1,000 tablets for PC connection, or something that's less than that and just not ideal, or you get an iPad. So, I mean, there's that. I'm not a huge fan of Apple either, but iPads are pretty good. But we have all these sprites for the Lamb, which I was interested. I didn't realize that like the head and the body are actually basically the same, and then the body sprites are just like, you know, they don't exist on their own, because once the head and the body are separated, it's just this. So I thought there would be 2 layers, because the head can be separated, but they just have like a separate head element on the bottom here. So there's more sprites than I remember. I don't remember there being the back of the Lamb head, but apparently it exists right here. I don't remember that. I don't think I've ever seen this sprite over here. I mean, maybe we have. Is that... There's the one move where he's like going up when it's separated like halfway through the fight or whatever. And I guess that's what that is, but like, you know, it looks so alien. It just looks like head anus. But you know, it's pretty much that. But either way, obviously we're just going to start with the concept with the main Lamb here, and then kind of move on from there. There's a few variant sprites here. You know, that's a little bit more specific. Obviously we're not going to get everything done today, but we're just going to try to sort of aim to get a few things. Hopefully, you know, at least like one sprite would be great. That would be the ideal. At least like the main sprite. And then from there, there's like different variances, like this and all that. I kind of have an idea of what I wish to do. I think the goal is, so I have a few like reference images here. I obviously have the Lamb from the game, and then the Lamb from Cult of the Lamb. But I have a few of these reference images here. So I'm thinking like in a general sense that this would kind of be like the pose. It makes the most sense. Obviously we can maybe try to refine that a little bit, but you know, the body of the Lamb is already pretty similar. You can circumcised by the back scratcher. I mean, you know, can you get circumcised twice? I don't even know. I feel like if you go twice, it's a little... There's probably not much left. You're probably in a lot of pain. So, you know, let's... I don't think that's a great idea. But either way, we have that. I think that'll be the main thing for the pose. I also have this as just like reference. I don't think I'm going to go with the white eyes, but I think that is like some of the animations and stuff would be kind of cool. The white eyes, the like reddish eyes like this. But either way, I think lamb should be floating, and I think there's like 4 frames of animation that are like little movements to the arms of the actual like normal lamb. The head and the body move a very slight amount. And so I think, you know, in the grand scheme of things, having the lamb maybe have like an animation for the, you know, fleece to go like up and down for like flight and stuff to make it kind of look like there's a wind effect. I think that'd be kind of cool. Again, this is all like hopeful things. These are just like thoughts and things that I'm thinking. Make Isaac Killer Bean. Okay. What would Isaac Killer Bean look like? I have no idea. Killer Bean's got that like shape that's sort of like what's the shape? Layers hidden. Cool. Killer Bean's got that like big kind of Pepe shape. You know? He's just like this, and then what are the Killer Bean eyes? You just give him like the that'd be very dumb. You just give him the big round eyes for Isaac. Right? Yeah, there you go. Got him. But then you... Oh my god. But then you give him the big, like, round, you know, like, lip mouth. Let's try to get the shape of that. Right? There you go. Killer Bean. Yeah, great. Anyways, that would be what Isaac Killer Bean looks like. It'd just be Killer Bean with the, like, big Isaac eyes and tears. That's pretty much... Jesus Christ. Yeah, that'd pretty much be that. The Raw Soldier. Oh, God. I think that'd be a little bit more involved. But here, I'm gonna try to do... ideally, you know, maybe... Let me use this lamb reference for, like, shape and stuff. I'm gonna kind of draw over this and get, like, the general shape that I want. Turn the opacity down to this. And they move the opacity controls every time. Opacity just in here now. Yes, where's the opacity controls? It used to be here. No, it's not here. Fuck! I actually don't know where the opacity controls are anymore. They've removed them from me. I think I used to know where they are, but now I don't know where they are. Well, never mind. I don't know where it is anymore. Is it not a tap? Oh, fucking hell. This is what happens when I don't use the, you know, app forever, and then... Is it not there? What the fuck? That sucks. I'm annoyed now. And they update the app, and I haven't been in here in like 5 fucking years. Can't even get into the... Is it in here? There it is. Fucking hell. Okay. I'm gonna use this as reference. When are you making draw request reward? We have new emote. I mean, that's about as far as we're getting there. But anyways, I'm gonna use this shape for a little bit. I draw at weird angles, by the way, so just kind of deal with it. But I'm gonna use this as like a guide is what I want to do. And the sketch isn't gonna be like finalized or anything, it's just kind of a reference of what I want to make happen. Might be too much of a curve, I don't know. I kind of want to get some of the perspective in there as well. So I want to have a little bit of that. I mean, for the most part, he's straight on, though. So I guess we can kind of just do that. I just don't want it to look too, like, uniform. Because if we start getting that, then it's kind of one of those, like... It feels a little weird. I guess I should have nearest neighbor for that. But anyways, okay. Trying to see if that's what I like for that. Somewhere around here. Drone, epic. Epic warp. My eraser's set to be very large. I don't like that. The last time I did any sort of art outside of, you know, some of the emotes that we have for, like, Slip, and shit like that. That's technically the last time, if you want to really be specific about it. But, like, Dedicated was, forever ago doing some work for, some other people. And, I think you can maybe go bigger with the head. I might scale this up. I want to get the proportions right. I think that's going to be the hardest thing. But, I think, you know, that would be one of the main things, anyway. But, yeah, no, again, the last time it was, like, kind of... I might make a YouTube video about it at some point, because it's kind of interesting in my opinion. There's a lot of other aspects to that whole part of my life. I haven't really talked about too much. Goblin Slouch, there's going to be a lot of that today, don't you worry. Also, hello, Levi. Long Lamb? Long Lamb, here he is. What a guy. What a boy. He's right here. He's such a cool dude. He's such a cool man. You know, it's just how he is. He's chilling today. He's pretty good. We don't have small lamb, we just have long lamb. We have small lamb and other lamb. I mean, you guys can actually see. He's blocked, but normally he's over there, so you'll be able to see normal lamb. And also... Denimoy. Denimoy. Where'd the thing go? There we go. We're good, we're fine. Long. Very long. Long boy. Long boy is long boy. I'm gonna make this head bigger. And then refine it. I'm thinking, like, if we're going based on scale here, we're gonna have to have a little bit of extra room for the crown, but we do have a lot of vertical height to work with, you know, like we have literally this whole area up here. We're not gonna have the, oh no. Let's redo that. Let's redo a little bit of that shit. See, I think that kind of scale is what we're looking at right there. That's actually pretty close to what I was visualizing. Because you have a little bit of the floof to fill in, which I think is going to be on the sides a little bit here. But I think that's the general scale we're looking at. So what are you doing? So our aim today is we're making like a lamb mod. Or like riskRED, I guess, of the lamb as the lamb. Right? So we have this lamb, but it's that lamb. That's the goal. Right now we're just kind of concepting like the scaling and everything and kind of getting a drawn version for reference. I find sometimes a little bit easier, especially with more complex pixel art-esque stuff, to kind of do that. We will be moving to the pixel art stage eventually, but for right now, we're just kind of sketching and doing that. Make TF2 seal cube, baby. Maybe, I don't know. That's a whole other thing. I'd have to, like, reference the seal a shit ton. Also, I think I left a bit of a, yeah. I left a mark. I don't want that. Anyways. This side of the face is a little fucked. I'm probably gonna redraw that side. I was born to shit, forced to wipe. I was watching a whole thing forever ago that was like a South Park episode. That was basically like... and it was from a little while ago. Where it was basically just saying shit about like... You know... By the way, because of the way the world works, any country that uses toilet paper is actually the least hygienic when it comes to ass hygiene. So, you know, the more you know. Doesn't quite have the curve that I wanted. I kind of wanted to curve it out more like this. Not quite getting the the sizing I'm wanting. I use a mix of just like filling in and then erasing at the same time. This isn't a fun stream. We can't make your experience annoying as hell. You know, at the end of the day, not every stream's gonna be that. You know? You know, also at the end of the day, if I can't just hop on stream and just do whatever, then where's the fun in that? Okay, there you go. I got a bit of the head region. This is good. Or that every stream is going to be good. I mean, that's, you know, that's kind of how it is. You hear Blue Lobster? I did. The early morning. Some process, some don't. So we got miscellaneous Nintendo music. Oh, that one processed. We have miscellaneous Nintendo music. I'm not fully sure what each one is, so just FYI.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck, I'm coming. Lois. Lois, I'm coming. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, I'm coming. Holy fuck, I'm coming. Lois, I'm coming.
I didn't realize Pete was bringing his musical masterpiece. But that's just how he is. What a guy. What a guy. It's kind of weird. It's weird to hear like Mario Galaxy music and then have it transition to other Mario Galaxy music, if you know what I mean. You don't have that happen too often. It's very strange. It's a very odd process. I have this old piece of art here, which is just something I did one day, and I added kind of extra floof to Lammy Boy. And so I think that's probably the way we'll go with that too. I don't know how much that's going to translate into the pixel art, because we only have so many things to work out with. But, you know, I think that's generally the way that's going to go. Big ass head. I mean, he does have a big ass head. You see that? Have you seen the plush? If, like, the fleece wasn't there, his body's, like, you know, 50% scale to his head. His head is already big. You ain't wrong, man. I think I'll probably draw... I'm gonna use this, like, area as a reference. So I'm gonna make another layer. And kind of draw out the floof a little bit. Like this. Something like that. I think that might be a little too low. So maybe we'll just drag this up a little bit. Like that. I'm gonna draw some floof around. Actually, maybe that can just stay into that a little bit. Okay. And then because it's all gonna be symmetrical, I'm just gonna do the lame-ass thing and just put it on the other side. And then we kind of have that. Pixel art's obviously going to be like super symmetrical when we get to that. But just FYI. So we're going to do that. Get these two things together. There we go. Look at that. I think just the bottom floof makes the most sense. I think outside of that, it kind of looks a little strange. So maybe not having anything up there makes the most sense. And that's fully based off of the last time that I drew the lamb. It just seemed to fit the most. He's got kind of this, like, top head floof thing going on as well, which is real weird and wacky. So I can keep that on the same thing. Is it kind of like goes down like this, and then over like this. We can make that go down a bit lower. My You know, there was a time in, like, high school where I had an iPad, I had the same app, and I was like, I'm gonna use that as something I can use as, like, you know, something to do my art projects with, you know? And I thought that was a grand old idea. I thought that was fantastic. I was like, wow, that's so smart. And then I did do some actual art projects in high school that way. And it wasn't a terrible idea, but my art teacher did not enjoy that. Which I thought was kind of dumb, because I'm like, hey, it's still art. It's just digitally the future of art. But he was not having it. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Maybe scale it down a slight amount as well. And go from there. What did Scout smoke? I mean, that's a whole other thing. I'm not sure. Probably something to do with, well, actually, I don't fully know. I won't speak for the Scout. I don't exactly know what is going on with him. Okay. I'm thinking I'm actually going to draw a top layer to this to get a little bit more height, because I'll have enough room for the crown now. You know, I think that'll be alright. We can kind of just go around this way and make this happen. Yeah, that'll work. I think. Well, will it? And that's hard to say. Let me do that, and let me move the side flues to be a bit bigger. That wasn't really the scale I was looking for. Definitely gonna have a little bit of trial and error here for sure. This is kind of the phase 4 of that, just FYI. I think this will still work, but I have to... Whoopsie. I don't even know how I drew in there, but okay. I'm gonna have to move these over and get rid of this, bro. There we go. Get out of here. Yeah, get these over to the side. We might change the scale again, but for right now, we're good. Look at the tweet red. What tweet am I looking at? What's going on tweet-related things? What? What is this that I'm looking at? What the fuck? New Scout Taunt. Oh my god. So he just has a trophy and then he has like... Yeah, what is with his face? They set the like eye width. If you've actually used SFM and done like facial animation and everything, like you can basically have the eyes go like super wide open, but that's kind of a modifier you'd never use unless you like needed it for something. Usually in animation, if you were like super exaggerating something for like a frame or two to really like give like, you know, a cartoony feel to it. But there's also a separate eye slider for just opening the eyes like normally. Like this kind of makes the eyes more round, so that just makes them look insane. Why did they do that? So weird. Also arm. Yeah, the arm positioning makes no sense either. His shoulder blade is like out here. What the fuck? There's so many questions. His arm shouldn't be high like that. If he has his arms around the trophy, it should be like this. Not like that. Nobody has arms that do that. Oh my god. the most round eyes you've ever seen in your life. I'd be happier to know this was AI generated rather than it being a legit render. I mean, you know, the render by whoever. Is it by TF2 Emporium, or is TF2 Emporium just advertising this? Either way, it's very disturbing. Those are weird things with the lighting here. I don't know if that's like Twitter artifacts or just like weird filtering, but As somebody who has done SFM stuff before, there's a lot of no-nos in the face. There's probably a lot of weird Photoshop too. It looks very oddly smoothed and like kind of painted over at the same time, which is just very off-putting. God, Scout, I'm so sorry that that happened to you. I'm concerned for your safety and health. I hope he's okay. I really hope he's okay. They changed the trophy model, or they changed the thumbnail, now it's just the trophy model. Yeah, that makes more sense. I would think that is kind of a thing that they should probably do. Also, the iPad isn't on hold. My iPad turned off. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had to replug it. There we go. We got it. Good. But yeah, no, that's not great. It's very disturbing in a few more ways than one, actually. You know? Rest in peace, Crack Scout. It is a very crack-like scout, you're not wrong. Crack Scout. Dude's got all of the crack available at any time. You could see it in his face. Again, I'm just trying to think how you would, like, even... See, there's times like that where I'm like, you gotta, like, at least reconsider. And realize that, you know, what you're doing right now is maybe not exactly it. You know what I mean? I think that's one of those moments. Like, okay, maybe do a new scout render, or, like, modify it until it looks good, because that doesn't look good in the current state of things. That ain't it. Look, and I know I'm, like, a little in the realm of having the possibility of also having things that ain't it, but we're getting there. I think I need to exaggerate the shapes a little bit more. That might be a thing I need to do. Does it make more sense to be over, or... kinda like it over. I like both floofs in front. The amount of times that I'm gonna say floofs today are extremely high. But that's okay. That's alright. I kinda want these to be higher up. Kinda want to be like up like that. I think that makes more sense. There we go. There's one time forever ago, one of like the first things I did that was more properly art related was a summer camp I went to when I was very young. It was all about like graffiti style art. I think the guy that did it actually did like a bunch of professional work with graffiti art, but I could be wrong. That's what he said, I remember that. But, you know, who knows how legit that actually is, how... if he actually was. Maybe my child brain is misinterpreting that. Might hit the microphone a couple times, apologies about that. Grass grows, birds fly, sunshine, and brother, I'm on 2 pounds of meth. Sounds about accurate. Okay, I know a little bit about... Man, that's Purple Team Scout. We don't talk about him, he's messed up. Dude is unhinged, nobody likes referring to him at all. You know? Okay, well, I gotta get this kind of filled out a little bit more here with the bottom of Lamb Face, but there we go, we're starting to get it filled out a little bit. I miss doing art just for the sake of it, you know? Got a nice old feeling. I'll just be the Bob Ross today, you know? I'm gonna put a happy little floof in here. I don't quite like the way the bottom turned out. I kind of want it to have a little less perspective. I feel like that would make more sense. Make it a bit thinner. It's a very chill music playlist too. I'm gonna bring in like an animal. I'll go outside and find like a squirrel or something and be like, "This is my friend Bobbert the squirrel." Everybody say hi to Bobbert. Scout blood is crack. I'm gonna start going like the old school, like Charlie Sheen kind of logic. He's on the tiger blood, man. What a reference, by the way. That doesn't age me or feel outdated in the slightest. Not at all. I don't know what you're talking about. There we go. That feels better with less there. It kind of gives him like a little bit of like a top heaviness. I like that. I think makes more sense. And a little bit more head floof. Now, does he have, does his horns just go immediately on top of that? It do. He do. I don't know how far these should be. I don't know if they should just be here. Well, I'm gonna go with this area for now and hope that that works. That doesn't feel right. There's a certain kind of thing. Make his head so big? Because we have a lot of room to play with. But we might shrink it down too. I'm just trying to actually draw out the details for now. But we're gonna have more room for the body. I'm probably gonna make the body a bit longer, so the body's probably gonna go like down to like there. It's gonna go a little lower, I think, and then I'll have to modify the animation file to compensate for that. Give him a little bit more vertical height, because we need room for the fleece to be like here. And I think the ideal thing is like if the fleece is like out here and it's kind of up and stuff like this, then you'll have like another frame that'll be kind of like, you know, this one kind of swings down and maybe it like swings up higher this way so we get like a wind effect. You know? Should keep the horns. I like them. We're gonna have the horns. I just want to make sure they're the right size. I don't quite like how they look yet. I'm gonna merge these two together on one layer. But yes, we're also drawing a little small here, but that's okay. That's alright, it's actually making it easier to deal with. I like drawing at the bigger sizes for emotes and stuff, but it's hard because some of the brushes don't go like that large. This is the largest this brush goes, so it makes it a little harder to do really big scale art. But okay. Let me look at the lamb's horns again. They're like right next to the floof, so they're kind of like here. And they're fairly small, so they're kind of like that. Yeah, that feels better. That feels much better. I like how that feel. There we go, look at that. Those are the horns that I wanted. They just feel like they fit a little bit more and they're more realistic. I like it. Actually, I need to pull him back out. I need his crown. Yeah, the crown's actually kind of large. But I think I'm not going to make it as large, but I might actually scale his head down a little bit. I'm going to duplicate it before I do that, though. I'll scale the head down a little bit. Just so that I can... Whoops. So that I can figure out exactly what I want. I think somewhere there. I think that makes the most sense. We're gonna kind of lose a lot of the horizontal, like, space that we have. Like, there's all this room we're not gonna do anything with, I don't think, but that's fine. Nobody really will notice when it's, like, in-game, hopefully. I'm just gonna keep this out for crown reference. But I should be fine. Should be alright. How big is that? Like from there to there? That seems really big. I guess that's it. That's it. I will notice them red. Well, I mean, now that I said it, yeah. You know, that is just gonna come across. That other line is not good. Get out of here. I'm gonna redo that one. Not quite straight enough for me. There we go. And I guess we can kind of do the, like, inner shape like this. Might not quite be high enough. That ain't quite it, Chief. The other side doesn't quite have the right shape. Also, wrist reacts. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. There we go. That's not too bad. A little bit of point to that. I gotta raise this up, though. Up there somewhere. Scale that down a bit. I might be able to connect it. I'm not sure. I might have to redo the side. Yeah, it works out generally enough. There we go. Maybe a little too tall now, but that's okay. We could do some cool things with the eyes, you know. If it has, like, homing shot, you could do the eye, like, turns purple whenever the shot's done. That'd be kind of cool. Again, I don't know how expansive the animation file is for the lamb, so without, like, heavily modifying it, without just, like, you know, changing texture files and how the animations actually, like, are selected, I'm not sure how involved you can get with that. Not quite in the right spot. Fuck, I made Among Us already. Jesus Christ. That didn't take long. Oh well, things happen. It's Amogus now. That's not what I want. Something like that. Perfect. And that little eye hole in the middle for now. Which will be way too big for its own good, but you know what, that's okay. There we go. Trying to make it look exactly like lamb. I'm trying to make it look as, you know, trying to make it look fairly accurate. I drew that on the wrong layer, but you know what, that's okay, because you can literally fix that. Bup. There we go. We got it. Easy. It happens to everybody, you know? I mean, there's a bit of a spin on it, because I add a little bit of the floof to the sides, which doesn't really exist with the character at all. I just like adding that a little bit. I might change the, like, eye scaling a little bit as well. I might make them a bit bigger than they're supposed to be. Throw some water real quick. But that's generally the kind of feeling. Water's good today, man. I don't know why, but it just feels like it hits different. For whatever reason. So it may be hard to fit everything in here for the verticality because of how big the crown is, but that's okay. I can't drag that. There we go. Get in there. Honestly, this reference has basically been the best so far. I need to get some ears in here, though. Just a little bit. I'm gonna readjust myself a little bit so I can not hit the mic as much. Do the ears go down a little bit? Hold on, I need to look at that again. It's kind of like a weird one-sided Dorito. Don't question my logic that way. If you do, you'll start to go insane, so... It's just kind of more of a warning of caution than anything else. It's a little too low, I think. Did I get rid of that layer? I did, but that's okay. Think that'll be good? Maybe, possibly. Or something about food. Look, you have to use what you know as references for shapes, and sometimes it just comes down to food. There's a lot of uniquely shaped food. It's actually pretty good for references. On top of that, a lot of my time doing art in high school, like pretty much everything was drawing food, so That ear is too small, but the actual placement is really good. Maybe a little higher than the other one, but... Minimal. It's very minimal, and I will accept it. There you go. There's the ear. We're good. We're getting there. We're making some lamb. He's showing up and doing what he do. Okay. There's that. And now we need the eyes and the face, and then we're basically done the head, and then I can just, you know, what we do. I guess we can get the body in there. Which, again, I want to make it longer, but at the same time, it might just be like limbs or legs or something. Because you know, normal lamb, like this lamb, is basically just, you know, the leg's only like this big. Obviously, I made it a little wider, but it's like this. I'm probably going to go for something like this in scale, I think. Because I want to have, like, the ability to, like, you know, hinge it or something, right? I want to have, like, the knee so that I can do some stuff like that. Because I think the pose that I'm going to do with the legs is probably, like, one leg's down like this, and the other leg is, like, you know, kind of angled and off of the other leg like that. Right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At least 70% of his body is just the robe. It's true, you're not wrong. I mean, we might change that a little bit, because I want the in the animations to actually, like, have the thing go and kind of fly around, so it'll be kind of facing up a little bit more up here. So we'll have a little bit of, like, floof body on the bottom. I think, anyway. That's kind of the thought, anyways. But I'll get rid of that. His eyes are kind of massive. His eyes are fucking huge. Let's merge that down to that. And new layer. I don't always need a huge amount of layers, but I like to just have them anyway. So the eyes, I'll just make one big circle and figure out after where I'm putting it. But that's the one thing I don't know yet, is if the eyes should be, like, red most of the time, or if they should be the normal eyes, because I feel like some people would be like, he never looks like the normal lamb. I don't know, maybe it's a good thing, though. Maybe that would be the ideal way to do it. So I almost feel like the eye's in the right spot. But I could be wrong. Let me duplicate that. And we'll figure it out from there. It feels pretty right outside of the fact that it's not centered. Yeah. Lamb eyes. Lamb ass. I don't think we're gonna have any lamb ass, but we will have to draw the lamb ass down here. So, we'll get to it. It'll happen. I don't know what his, like, spooked mouth is, something like that. Wow, it looks like... That really changed the aesthetic of the entire thing. Don't know how I feel about that, but anyway. What do you plan on doing when his head is detached from the body? Not exactly sure. I feel like maybe doing something where it's kind of the, like, fervor sort of animation underneath for at least, like, a particle of some form. Or is it a detached head? The nice thing, too, here, which maybe that actually unlocks a little bit of extra potential, with the sprite sheet, right? Like, with this, you know, you have, like, all of these sprites, and then when it gets to the head, it's actually its own thing down here. So I'm like, maybe the head could actually be different. Because these are just taken from, like, other sprites, right? Like, they're literally the exact same. They're just the head part. But they could have, if they wanted to, use, like, a different design for the floating head part. And so I think what you could do is you can have the body, and the body maybe falls off still the same way. And then... Or you have the crown fall off, You can make the corpse the lamb and the floating head part the crown. That's also an idea. You could just make it the crown. Because then what you could do is you could have it be like... Maybe that wouldn't translate so well. But you could have it be so that, like, when the crown comes off, then for different abilities you could have it, like, you know, change to a different shape, because the crown is technically the sword or the axe or whatever that you have. Nice voice crack from me. But it's like, you know, the axe or the hammer, like, it all turns into those, right? So, but it's only one frame, so I don't know, maybe... Again, you could modify some stuff in the animation file to make it work, but it might look weird that way. That's a thought, you know, you could have it just be the crown and then turn into different, like, weapons and stuff, or just have it be only the crown and just shoot via the eye. It'd be kind of cool if the eye followed you, but, like, you know, that logic doesn't really exist. You know, that would be more of a, hey sub, can you, you know, help me with making that happen? Because otherwise... But, you know, so that could be a possibility, that might be the way to go. I mean, every single spot for, like, the lamb and everything is literally, you know, the same amount of area, which I'm not exactly sure the amount of sprite area that's here. I don't know where the top of this is. They don't really determine the regions well. I mean, I could go into the animation file and probably figure that out, but... If I had to guess, if we start from here, what's like a standard size from here? It's something like this. What's the pixel size for that? That would make the most sense to me, that it's something like that, or like this. But that seems like a really weird scale. No, it's probably this. Yeah, probably that. Something around that area here. It says 110 pixels? Yeah, so it's 110 by like 70 something. We'll have to look at the animation file to get the actual, like, you know, region area. It doesn't really matter, you can kind of determine that in the file, but, you know, it'll make it easiest to, like, replace it without having to modify it too much. Either way. So, you know, that is an idea. Maybe the crown coming off would make the most sense. Let's have a flying crown. Kind of makes it feel like you're fighting two different enemies rather than, like, weird random detached lamb head. But, you know, at the same time, you know, the logic in Cult of the Lamb you can really just apply to anything, so anything could work. But okay. Anyway, sounds like a possible plan and avenue to go. The crown would be a lot easier to deal with in that phase too, so that'd be kind of cool. I always forget, which way is the eye? Yeah, the eye's the horizontal thing. I don't exactly know how you would make it look like he's looking at you with that eye design. They don't really have, like, a design for that. I'm not sure what their go-to is for that. Is it like a... What's their centered lamb design? Literally every, like, lamb thing. Actually, hold on. I can use this as reference. Do they have the lamb looking forward here, or did they cheat as well? Actually, never mind, I can't do that. Forgot, I was gonna grab my YouTubes, but they're not here because my cat literally will try to destroy them now, which is real cool. Nice change of attitude, it's been really convenient. We should change another random sprite, maybe like a rock, into something really noticeable so people wonder what mod is causing them to change the sprite. Yeah, it just changes like one random thing. Like, the boss door has like one eye is slightly smaller than the other on the top of the door for no reason. That'd be very evil, but it's kind of funny. Just change like one slight thing for no reason. Nobody will ever notice, and the people that do will be like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Okay. If I'm going for centered eyes that are actually looking at you, I don't exactly know the best way to go about doing that. Part of me is like, oh, do I just do this? Oh, that actually might work. That might work, actually. I just don't want him to look cross-eyed, but I think that might be the way to do it. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go like this and then around. Yeah, I think that's the solution. And you just kind of have like this weird... thing like that. Can I just put like this in the middle like this and then it'll look normal? And he still looks kind of cross-eyed. Like there he looks fine, but what was on the end? Maybe all the way across. That's a conundrum. I haven't really seen them do like a centered lamb before, so that's kind of weird. He's always looking to the side. He doesn't look forward. Hold on, let me look. Let me see if I can find the reference. I imagine they might have like an actual thing. I mean, we'll figure out a solution, but if they have one, I want to see what like official, you know, massive monster does. So hold on. Let's see. You can't just always be looking to the side, right? That would be weird. That would be like... Okay, hold on. We have this animation. Which I don't know. This isn't... I don't think this one's not an official one, but... Actually, is this one of the official ones? I think so.
Empty-handed. These might go nice in a soup.
No, this one's not.
You shall be.
Okay, they just have his eyes be smaller like that with the thing. Okay. That's a good idea, but that's not official. Hold on. That's a really good animation, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it's very, very well done. Very, very nicely done. Yeah, no, this is an official one, but it looks almost identical. But they made a very interesting aesthetic choice here. Oh, that's an interesting thing. What the fuck? They've changed it. And now it's... So, I don't know what to think. They're vertical. Also, I'm in the wrong thing. They're vertical. What the fuck? Oh, no. Was it made by MASH? Maybe it was. That would explain a lot. It looks very similar. Is the lamb even in this one? No, this is all just leshy. Okay. So, the one by Mashed here... which one was it? This one? This one by Mashed.
Able to guide them?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Same team then. I wasn't sure, but... Yeah, they just kind of did this. Which I guess, you know, it's slightly different, but that might be what we have to do. Is just do like a full eye all the way around, because otherwise he's going to look very cross-eyed. Which was going to be my next kind of strategy, is something along those lines, but I just wanted to know what the team actually did. Either way, makes sense. Makes sense. Alright. That'll work for us then. That'll work. We can make something in that realm work out. Gotcha. Also, we have a risk react, which I didn't do, so let's do that. Oh. I mean, I've technically already seen this, but you know what? That's fine. It was a good video. Alright. Here we go. Let's do... Hold on. There we go.
Hey,
We're good.
I'm Dennis Bateman.
I'm Gary Schwartz.
My name is Robin Atkin Downs.
Dennis Bateman.
And I'm Ellen McLean.
Voice of the spy and...
You know, for a very long time, at least until this video, I did not know what the spy looked like.
And I'm also the Demo Man.
I am the voice of the...
Never thought about how weird he is, like other bosses just mirror the sprite to look at you?
I'm the voice of the administrator.
Yeah.
Mission begins in 45 seconds.
It's just for whatever reason, the lamb's always looking to the left or to the right.
Today, I am going to be playing Team Fortress 2.
He does have the up-looking sprite, but the way that the eyes work is like very different in that one. He doesn't really have any in-game sprites that like look at the camera because they obviously don't want to break the immersion.
Okay.
So it makes it kind of hard to figure out, but we got it.
Oh, hello. Spy. Ah!
Worst boss you could have chosen. I mean,
Where are you?
at the end of the day, we'll make it work. I mean, it's the lamb. The lamb's just kind of lame, but
This is dead.
Doc,
it's all for the pun.
oh my god.
100% for the pun.
Oh no, doppelganger.
Mission begins in 6.
I gotta imagine the heavy voice is so straining, but somehow he's able to do it still.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
It's kind of impressive, actually.
5,
Like, I would imagine the demo man voice is much easier to do. Not that either of them are easy, but just comparatively.
This contract is high priority.
Hello? Is that the sniper?
Yeah, I'm a sniper. I don't see anybody else yet. I'm not sure
Imagine if you were somebody playing in these games. I imagine they might...
time has been added.
I don't know how they did these matches. I don't know if they were just random servers or they actually, like, the people on them knew.
This bloody building. I don't see anybody to shoot.
You failed.
But I mean... Just imagine being on that server and it's like a random server and you're just like, what the fuck?
Killing some blue guys. You're welcome.
Oh, that guy sounds just like the medic.
I think people are being nice who we're playing against people who have never played this before.
But I mean, with that, I feel at this point, you know, it was definitely put together, right?
Red, right? Come on, guys. You're not even shooting at me.
Before the video continues, we want to tell you guys about the people who actually made this collaboration possible.
If you can't make it out to see us, you can always go to streamily.com/TF2 and get yourself.
I do find it kind of insane
and we will sign it online for
that none of them have played TF2 apparently,
Grab one. The artwork is made by
outside of like,
artists that I've known for years. And
you
by
know,
clicking the link in
Nathan.
the description, you actually also support me. Now let's get back to the video.
Like, you wouldn't be curious to, like, if you voiced in a game, even if it's not like your kind of game, you wouldn't be curious to like try it.
I love my
Just
gun.
because. Or at least it's just to be like, that
Why did he put
me.
the stone there?
I'm into game. He is the spee.
Got him. Sweet.
I don't even know what that taunt is.
Got to practice here.
There's too many taunts, I don't even know. There's the spy computer taunt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the more you know.
That's right. Come on, boys. Medic! Medic, where is medic? You are going to now! Ha ha! Point blank eye, you cannot hurt me! Little baby man!
God.
These guys are red team. Why are they hitting on me?
They really should have let him play. Actually, I don't know if they did. I've seen parts of this video. Did they let him play Demo Man?
This is a lot of fun. I should play this game more.
I don't know if this is timely, but I believe we have lost the control point.
I find him doing Demo Man more interesting.
I'm looking for a blue guy to shoot.
I haven't seen as many clips of him do it, like, you know, in person.
Uh-oh.
Headshot.
I can't tell.
Oh no.
The sniper.
Well,
That's-
finally.
Headshot.
We have to.
No, that's. Oh
We
no.
have to shoot.
Oh, oh my word.
Oh no. I'm. Oh. I feel very uncomfortable for the fact that he hasn't scoped in yet.
It's getting worse. But it's really hard to tell who the blue guys are. There's a blue guy.
When does Poopy Joe?
Pyro. Sorry.
I mean, look, he's having a good time, but
Poopy Joe.
God,
They make those shirts in men's sizes.
Nice googly
he hasn't got a
eyes.
single headshot yet.
This is amazing.
Wait, what is that cosmetic?
Hello, heavy.
That's not the same cosmetic, is it?
Oh, you're playing some music for
Googly
me.
eyes and also
Oh my God.
scuba mask. That has to be two separate
Oh, look,
cosmetics.
The blue guys are behind us.
It's still a very good pairing if that's the case.
Thanks, guys.
If that's one single cosmetic, then I need it now.
I feel bad killing the medic. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help the blue guy. It's never been. Oh, I can't help you. Hi. sorry. I tried. It's hard to kill the medic. I don't want to kill myself.
He seems like one of the more fun ones to be around.
So anybody in blue, I'm after, right?
I don't know who specifically got all the like stuff done for.
My aim is.
You know, like this. What's the title for it? The Sandwich Saga.
Come back here.
I feel like it was Robin Atkin Downs because it just kind of feels that way.
Oh right. You think blue is the color of blood? No way.
And outside of like Nathan, aka the Scout, doing actual TF2 streams, like the next most involved voice actor, at least as far as I'm aware, until recently, obviously, would be Medic.
This is so violent. I am mostly a peaceful fellow. Yeah, you bring out the beast.
This is more just gold for source filmmaker animators, really.
Get out of here.
No one is much for heavy.
Outside of the fact there's game audio, but you know what I mean.
I'm disoriented.
I can't tell who's blue and
This is gonna be a piece of piss. Right,
Put that into some like AI stuff and you're good. Just isolate the sound, there you go. New SFM clips.
Fortunately, my own wife is getting in my way of using the keyboard here. She's doing things that I don't want to do. So there I'm back with the medic, and he's using his medic ray on me.
Medic ray, yeah.
Oh, gentlemen, today we launch a monkey into space.
We give them, you know, the benefit of the doubt.
I have no idea what that has to do with the game. I'm not a gamer. I'm only a smoker and a drinker.
I'm
But smoking and drinking is
kind of like airlines, actually.
Are you blue?
That's good.
Why are you hopping around?
Well, he's trying not to get shot.
You know, it's more of a thing of like, the TF2 community is such a particular thing. Well, like something like this happens all the time. But for like a new player, or you know, specifically them where they have literally no idea going on, it must be the weirdest experience.
I don't want to kill heavy either. I just want to heal.
You know, having not
I don't know what you're talking about.
been a new TF2 player in a very long time, you really can only be a new player one time.
It's a sandwich. I don't know.
I gotta imagine it's so weird.
I suppose I will have to do hand-to-hand combat with my knife.
Nowadays, especially. It's probably much better to like watch a bunch of source filmmaker videos or videos of gameplay and then try to play it rather than just like, I've heard of it, let me just hop in and see what happens.
That's my friend. Okay. He's my friend. Ah, there's a blue. They're very hard to get to.
It's so weird to hear like spy lines, but not like 100% character. It's so strange. You don't quite have the like mischief and mystery.
Is that Scout? That is Scout. He must be my friend.
There's probably a few players here that are like, I played with a TF2 voice actor achievement. A la Gary's Mod-esque sort of scenario.
Yeah. Them in the front is not so good.
No, in the bag. You gotta get it back.
They don't like to die, but ooh, flamethrowers, haha. Try again.
Flamethrower? They're the medi guns. They're not flamethrowers. Why spy? Why music? What's happening? Oh my. Grand timing, perfect.
I ran out of bullets. Come on!
Makes a lot more sense now.
Help me! God damn it! Who's going nom nom nom?
Need that
out there?
extracted help voice
No
line.
time to get hungry.
I know there's actual ones, but that one's the best one.
You shithead! Come on!
He is giving the best one-liners out of everybody.
My recordings from 15 years ago. Come on! There we are.
Yeah, I guess that would be a little weird, right? Based on how long it's been. I didn't even think of that. God. The amount of time between TF2 being created versus nowadays. It doesn't feel that long, but it is that long, which is like the weirdest shit. But it actually is that way. Huh. What a thing, huh? Alright, well. Either way, I always like TF2 content. You can't go wrong with that. I gotta fix these eyes with our Lammy boy, and so I'm going to do that. Or at least attempt to do that. I guess what we're gonna try to do is do it in a way where they're like just centered, like fully separated, I guess. So like a little towards the center, because there's always a little bit of that you want to do, but I guess we're just doing like a smaller circle in the inside, fully separated. That's why we're doing the sketch, because obviously I could go with the pixel art, but I need to know design-wise when there's a few like weird things that happen that you're not really expecting. This being one of them, because, you know, it's not really, especially for the eyes, it's not like a thing that you see very often. Forward-facing lamb. Like, he's forward-facing, but he's got that, like, Family Guy kind of aesthetic. And see, that still slightly looks weird, so maybe it's more of like a... Maybe it's more like this, where it's, like, kind of close to the center, like... Like, the eye is still kind of partially like that, so it's more like this. Ooh, that looks like it's close. That looks like a good idea. Idea, yes, I know. I like how that's looking. A little bit. It's not quite in the right spot on both sides, but we're getting there. So let's get the music going. It wasn't actually going. I thought I hit play on that, but it didn't go. There we go. But no. There we go. We're almost getting it to the right place. My favorite line of TF2 is Heavy saying, "You shithead." Yeah, that's great. I thought it was pretty good too. I agree. Unlike, you know, SpongeBob or something like that, you actually can get voice actors that just swear out of nowhere with TF2, and it's great. That's the best way to have it. Okay, and I guess the design is just to have the eyes have the centered thing like this. Right? Just in the middle. Just like this in some way. Yeah, that's the design. Okay, there's the forward-facing eyes. That looks fairly normal, actually. That looks acceptable. Now I have to reference one of these other mouths for the design. I think I'm gonna use this one. Would make the most sense. That or just like the general smile, but I think that would be a little weird. Because we could use this one too. Kind of a big smile, but it's either the smile or the other one, but I think because Isaac's such a game of just like pain and, you know, I don't have to add any more to that, just pain. You know what I mean by that already. Then I think that mouth makes the most sense. Obviously a little bit of the sketch is rough. I'll probably clean it up a little bit so it's a little easier to see, but don't worry about it too much there either. But okay. Let's get that mouth in there. See what we can do about that. What's it looking like? Very wide on the bottom. Kind of like a weird floppy heart shape. And yes, I did say floppy heart shape. Don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. Kind of bean-shaped, actually. That makes more sense. Ignore what I said earlier. Ours isn't quite wide enough. I'm gonna change the shape a little bit. Oops. Oh, no. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate. I will now have eternal nightmares. So again, thank you. You have to go a little down more, I think. Kind of like this. There we go, that makes more sense. Get the teeth in here, I think, as well. I'll make a thinner line for that, so it's not as in the way. Yeah. And then the tongue would kind of be in the middle because we're centered, but that's okay. That's okay, we can compensate for that. Don't worry about that. There we go. Lammy boy, there he is. He's looking kind of cool. Right, have you seen the game We Happy Few? I haven't seen it for quite a while, but I do remember when that was first, like, coming out, and it was kind of its own... Well, I know it was in early access, technically, but you know what I mean. Alright, cool. So there's Lammy Boy Head. Looking pretty good. I'm fairly happy with that. I think in a general sense, that's pretty much what we need. We need the bell as well, which I don't exactly know the best way to do it, but we're gonna kind of figure out the size of the body. I'm thinking the body's gonna be about there. We're gonna obviously start with the bell collar. Let me get the size up this again. So I think it's gonna be like here to here, basically where the arms are. Again, the scaling might need to be adjusted, but I think that would make the most sense. There we go. You can now say that I have drawn a collar on stream. Don't provide any more context than that. Anyways. Let's get this bell on here. Whoopsie. I think the bell would be up a little bit, so like somewhere here. Right there, man. Perfect. Let's get that out of there. Don't need that. What's the design of the literal design is just this and that. Okay. There you go, cool. We already have the red flash of child as an out-of-context line. You have a few out-of-context lines, actually, so, I mean... You know, I really shouldn't be giving you any more, but... You know, I guess that's my own fault. So how many is in the front here? That's what I need to know. I think it's just the 2, because it kind of goes into the bell there. So I'm kind of committing with that. Kind of like that shape already. Yeah. I remember. I got the shape right. I thought I was wrong, but I got it. Yeah, I'm kind of having the fleece like fly up here, kind of like he has like an air current under him or something. This might also be symmetrical as well. I don't really know if that's the best way to go about it, but I'm just going to draw it as 2 separate elements. There you go. He's gonna got the fleece like flying up a little bit. Got this like air flowing up from up here, you know? Gonna be wavering around, at least in my head. That's what makes the most sense. So we will have a little bit of lamb body. Look at that. Don't exactly know the best way to make that happen, but I'm pretty sure lamb body just kind of goes like down here, like this. Okay, those ones weren't as good. There you go, lamb body. There it is. Look at that. We can even put a little bit of random stuff. See, I wasn't lying about the extra vertical height. I wanted to have that. We might be able to reduce the lamb body a little bit. I think that might be a little too much, but still, it's not bad. Get a little bit of extra floof in here. There we go. Look at our boy. Look at how good he's coming across now. Okay, cool. We have that. And then what I want to do is, I guess his arms will probably just be off to the side in some way, so I think his arms will basically be here. He'll just kind of be sitting very neutrally. Nothing weird about his arms, really. They just kind of be looming around. I do not like that arm on that side. I did not quite get the shape I wanted. That better? Eh, whatever. Not the same angle, but close enough. Close enough for our purposes. Actually, you know, it might make more sense for... It might make more sense for them to be upwards. Based on the leg kind of position that I want them to be in. Maybe it would make more sense if the arm was like here, and then it kind of... I mean, that should be under the fleece, I guess. Maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe it's bad. I don't hate it, though. I don't hate the idea that it's just his arms have to be very far to make it happen, but I guess I can use some of the horizontal space I was talking about. Yeah, I don't hate it, actually. I'm gonna go with that for now. That seems like a better plan than what I had initially. And those spread out arms, and then his legs can kind of be like, you know, this one's gonna be down here like this. I mean, we already brought up that design, so I already know what I'm doing this way, but and then this one will be kind of like that. Great. There we go. Then he's doing his stuff, and then he's gonna be flying around. There you go. That's Lamb Boy. We got him. That's the general gist. I can get rid of that. There he is. That's kind of the design we want to work with. Obviously, the scaling might be slightly different. But I think that's generally kind of what we want to get done. I like it. I'm happy with that. I mean, you know, the sketch is very rough, but it gives us a general idea of what to aim for, you know, because like the bell might need to be a little bit bigger, maybe the body needs to be a little bit smaller, but you know what I mean. I don't know how many details we're going to be able to fit into there, but I think we can maybe at least try to get this sprite done and move on to that. I think that's a goal. So let's do that. I'm going to extract the picture so I can use it as reference off of my iPad, so you have to give me a minute to do that. But after that, we can try to do a little bit of that. Okay. We have to save stuff. It's very weird getting stuff off of the app here. You kind of have to like...
On the Google Pixel 7, every picture is incredible. Sunset pictures, pet pictures, road trip pictures, even photobomb pictures. And
oh, there's an ad with this video for whatever. Oh, the video ended, that's why. Okay, let's get more music then. There we go. Perfect. Like, why are we getting a Pixel 7 ad? I'm on an iPad right now. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let me do... I'm just doing the extraction in the lame way. So don't mind me. I'm being very lame about how I'm getting this done. I don't know if I have my Google Photos set up, so this will be a project, but we'll see. I have a feeling I don't. Alright, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Should be able to, there we go. There we go. Sorry, I'm getting some, I'm getting the picture actually uploaded so I can get it over to my PC. There we go. My iPad wasn't uploading stuff to my photos. There we go, perfect. Got it. That's what I need. Gotcha. Okay. I have this over to the side for myself so I can see it, but just know I have our drawing that I've just done. And I'm moving my iPad out of the way now. Because I want room, and I don't want to be out of my room, so I can actually, like, you know, move around and not hit my arm off of a million things. There we go. Nice! Say, the mod dot? Yeah, that's not how... You can't just do a whole, like, sprite sheet in an hour. I mean, some can, but not me. That is not the power I possess. Alright, we got the lamb. I got our man here as well. And what we need to do is we need to get a new sprite here. And I don't know the actual full size of this. My feeling is that, you know, it's probably this. Because that seems to be halfway between, or it's something like this. Actually, it's probably closer to that. Because that's 80. So it's probably something around like 112 by 80. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now. Which is a really weird size, but it seems to make the most sense. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. 112 by 80. Gotcha. I kinda understand why we don't do this normally, but, you know, that's fine. I need a palette. So I have a color palette for, Isaac-related stuff. I think it's here. Actually, it's right here. There we go. Never mind. We're good. So this is all, like, Isaac colors and stuff. It's a little outdated. It's not, like, Repentant stuff, so there's, like, some lacking purples and shit, but it's fine. It'll be good. Okay, so I have the sprite here now. I could technically, in theory, and this... I'm kind of curious what happens here. It's probably too big for, to actually do this, but you can technically load in images like this. Look at that! Wow, it's our guy. You can actually load this in. So in theory, I could actually, select this whole thing and then copy it. It's probably a bad idea because it's very large, but you could. And I'll make a new layer for this if I can. Actually, it's not going to let me do that yet. Not gonna look good for the sprite, but I could probably... God, how big is this? Oh, it is much too massive. It is very much too massive. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to scale this down a couple times. It might be a good reference, it might be way too small too. Also, I think I'm skewing it like an insane amount, because it doesn't have a lock. That does seem to be the case. Let me do it the cheating way. Wide lamb. Okay, there's our reference of that. It's not good because all the pixels are out of here, but you know what? It's good enough. It gives me at least a basis to work off of. Alright, cool. We do new layer from here. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna use a different color to actually do this. I'm just gonna use like red or some shit to actually get the line art in here. But I'm actually gonna like now do proper stuff here. That's the plan anyway. I know there's like a symmetry tool as well. It's been a little while since I've used this as well, and I think it's just this? Yeah. There we go. Never mind, it's fine, we figured it out. So now we can do this and get like the nice symmetry that we're looking for. And so I'm probably gonna start here, and we'll just figure it out from there. Obviously this isn't perfectly centered, but you know what, it's fine. Again, he's all here for reference. That's all we ever need. But yeah, no. It was a little more involved than, you know, doing like... a little more involved than the Mimic Chest. It was still pretty involved, but it wasn't too bad. Pixels, did I make that? Is it the same amount? Oh, that's not, sorry. There we go. The nice thing about pixel art is that there's a lot of like standards and stuff that, at least for me, I feel like, you know, it feels a little bit easier to do pixel art versus other stuff. There we go. That's not too bad. There we go. There's our shape. That's not too bad, but I'll have to also do the exterior shape here, which is not going to be much thicker because we only have so much room. But I'm hoping that this will translate pretty well. In an ideal world, we can get it to actually, like, you know, look decent in game. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna do the same thing of like the extra thickness up here. I think it would make the most sense to look a little bit thicker. I don't have any like formal training on pixel art, by the way. I just kind of try to see like what I think makes the most sense, and hopefully it works out. I think maybe that could be a little bit thicker. Can I borrow 10,000 bucks? Not before I need, you know, that much. So I would say not currently. Sorry to disappoint. What do you need 10,000 bucks for anyway? That's actually a more significant question. There. Okay, there we go. I need it to be a bit thicker up here. Didn't quite have the thickness that I was looking for. Okay, that's better on the top, but I think I made it too thin on the bottom. A Red Dead 2 for $10,000? Feels like a lot. Look, I'm not saying I know exactly how Red Dead is priced off the top of my head, but I feel as if it's not that much money. Again, could be wrong. I'm not exactly a follower of Red Dead 2 in that regard, but again, I feel as if that's not how it's priced. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go with that. That feels about the closest that I can get to what I'm looking for. He's gonna be scaled a little bit bigger. His head's definitely bigger than what it was, but that's okay. So there will have to be some changes that way, but that's okay. Can I borrow $1,000? I mean, at the same time, you guys have to realize... Actually, I'm not going to do that yet, because that's symmetry stuff, or asymmetry. But you guys have to realize I also have Canadian currency, which is, you know, it really isn't worth much at all. Basically worth, like, $20. Like, literally worth absolutely nothing. There you go, there's his ears. I'm just gonna literally draw the floof out. Because it'll probably be easier that way. And then delete it afterwards. Actually, will it be? I don't know if it will be. That's fine. Put that down to 1 pixel. Get these out of here. There we go. Have to do a little bit of refining on the floof here. Which is naturally how it's gonna be. The fuck is that song? I don't know anything about this playlist of Nintendo music, so it's kind of just unexpected every time. But that's honestly the best way it could be. So, no real complaints that way. Let me put the floof a little bit up there. Let me get rid of some of this. There we go. That should be slightly better at the very least. Some of it's hard to see, so we might need to change it a little bit later, but still. All I'm gonna get is 1 apple for $1,000. You getting like a golden apple? You getting like a notch apple or something? Because that I could understand a little bit more. I need my enchanted golden apples so that I can beat the Minecraft. Because in that regard, yeah, okay, fair enough. Alright, let's get the collar here, I guess. There we go. Getting a little bit of that. We will end up adding, like, extra thickness to some of the outside of the sprite and everything, because that's what Isaac does, but right now we're just getting the lines in. I think I can turn the opacity down of this, but I always forget exactly what the control is for this. Oh, there we go. There we go. Makes it a little easier so I don't have to worry about other stuff. There we go. Nice. Much better. His bell might not be that big. I'm thinking it's going to be something like that. I mean, we could make it a little bigger, maybe. Do something like this. Yeah, that's better. That's a better option, because now we actually have some of the bell there. I like it. Do this. And there's the bell there. Obviously, we'll change the color of things later, but looks pretty good. And then this will be kind of the fleece, I guess. Sometimes I just like drawing in parts of the fleece and then figuring it out from there. Or not like the fleece, but you know what I mean. Just drawing something and seeing where it goes. Kind of refining it from there. Sometimes a little bit more is needed, and sometimes you just do what you do. It's like a normal apple. I don't know where you're getting your apples from, but I feel as if you might be getting scammed. You know, I feel as if that might be a little bit much for an apple. Not trying to say that I'm an expert in apples or anything, but just trying to give you like a heads up that that might not be the ideal amount for an apple. I'm just gonna have to go down a little bit like this to a little flat there. Add flat there. There we go. Gotcha. Maybe something like that. Then have the arms come up like this. Possibly. Some of the shapes is going to be hard to like translate in the Isaac style for how small the body's going to have to be. But that's okay. So that's alright, I like the size of that. I'm okay with that scale. That works pretty well. He's going to have some like big arms. The proportions are going to be a little different, but I think it works out. Does this represent Isaac? What? Are you saying there's like supposed to be some sort of lore with exactly how the lamb fits into the religion of Isaac? Because I mean, you know, I exactly know what I'm trying to do. Yes. I mean, it's just the lamb. It's like a different artistic interpretation. It's exactly the same as normal lamb. He just looks a little different, that's all. I'm gonna do that without the symmetry, actually. I think that would make more sense. Some of it's not gonna be symmetrical. I think pretty much everything here is kind of perfectly done to be symmetrical, but might have to put the lamb up a little bit as well. Wait. Oops. Bring them down a couple pixels. There we go. There we go. He's not going to have as much lamb body. But that's okay. Again, we're going to fix some of this, but I'm just going to draw things in at this point. There we go. Okay, and then I need to figure out this whole, like, upper part of his floof. But, like, that would basically be the way I would say that fits in Isaac. Because if you try to think about it too hard, then it's like, you know, I'm not going full Don't Starve crossover logic here, where everything makes a perfect amount of sense. Not that I know that they even made anything make a perfect amount of sense with that, outside of there's a portal, and it is lamb on the other side. I don't really know if they went any further than that. I'm pretty sure that's just kind of the extent of that. But I mean, whatever works, huh? Whoops. That there. Perfect, okay. And there's our little floof head topper bit. Looks really good. Actually really like that. I think it looks nice. See, I think this could like be pretty good. I think it could work out really nicely. Obviously, I'm having the head be part of the same thing with the collar and everything, but I mean, if we're doing the crown as a separate thing, it doesn't matter if it's on the same layer anyway, and it's pretty easy to separate things anyway. That's the nice thing about pixel art. You can get like right down to the pixel to separate everything, which is perfect. I'm basically getting up right to the end of this. That's okay. There we go. Nice. Perfect. Hey, Drunk Dad Gaming, how's it going? I hope last night's stream stuff went well. Nice to see you as well. Thanks for popping by. Kind of just being a little more chill today. We're doing a little bit of art stream, doing some Isaac-related art and all that. Yeah, I think the crown's not gonna have enough room for that. Yeah, pretty toasty and woke. Very barfy. Gotcha. Yeah, see, I don't think I've personally ever been. Well, I haven't really been to that extent. I don't drink too much myself, but I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I don't. I don't think I'm personally the type of person that wants to, or is like very interested in the aesthetic of like, not even aesthetic. What's the best way to summarize that? Just being like mentally not in the like headspace that you expect to be, being intoxicated in some way, either, whether that's being drinking or, some droog of some sort. Running out of a little bit of vertical room, and so I'm gonna have to adjust that a little bit. And maybe it's just head size, or maybe it's just like body size or something. I like the body scale. I don't really want to touch that. And I like the floof amount here. So maybe it's just an overall amount, like adjustment amount, and then we figure it out from there. What do you mean, Red? I love crack. Well, like, I don't exactly know what you're on about there either, but I can't speak for that myself. This might be a little bit of just, like, modification this way. The Habu shot I took a little later. Oh. See, I know, there was like one time, and it wasn't the thing that like put me off of the idea, but it was like, an aspect that I was like, oh, that's not, I don't think that's ideal. But there was like a friend of mine that was at a party one time, and I got involved in like a drinking game, and whoever lost it basically had to just drink and down the entirety of a bunch of people's mixed drinks together, and it was this giant glass that was like, it looked like shit. And I didn't lose, but this friend of mine did lose, and they were like out, and it was literally like maybe the first hour of this multiple hour party, so they were just, they were still up, but they were gone mentally, just nothing left. I don't know the best way to go about this for a scale right now, because I like the current scale that it's at, because it's so far got all the detail that I want. The crown's a little small. I think it's all in the floof amount. I think that's it. The head scale is nice, actually. I think this is the thing we're gonna have to shrink down. By quite a large amount, too. I'm just gonna get rid of this for now, or maybe, like, shrink it down to something like this, and kind of fill it in from there. I don't know why my color is different. There we go. Do something like that. There we go. Makes sense, everyone has a reason not to drink. Yeah, I mean, I still do, I just, I don't drink much. Might just have a little bit here and there. Alright, there, that floof is reduced. I'm gonna get rid of the crown for now. We'll riskRED that. And then this top part of the floof. Even though I like the big, floofy bit of hair aesthetic, we just don't have the height for it. And I'd rather have a little bit more height to give as well if I can. Unfortunately, the lamb is set up in a way where he has a way more horizontal height to give than anything else, which is both good and bad. There we go. I think I'm just gonna go with this. Yeah. That works for me. Yeah. It's reduced, but I think overall that makes sense. I might bring this one up a little bit more just to try to exaggerate that a little bit. And maybe this one up by 1 as well. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. It's not as tall, but it's got the same kind of vibe. That's why we're doing it this way, because otherwise it wouldn't exactly work out, I don't think. It does mean the crown's going to be smaller, but you know what? I'm okay with that, because, again, don't really have the room to spare. Yeah, that works for me. I'm okay with that. That... Yeah, there's going to be a small crown eye, but I think it'll generally work out. Yeah, that's better. It's smaller, but I like the way it looks. Gotcha. Anyways, for those that are just, you know, haven't been here before, we do a lot of different stuff here, but, you know, we haven't done an art stream in a while, so I kind of just wanted to do a little bit of that. It was just the mood I was feeling today, you know? Just wanted to get to that a little bit. But, you know, we usually just do regular Isaac and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, every once in a while we do, does that make sense for the horn? Yeah, that makes sense for that. That technically should be symmetrical, but I guess I'll just have to copy it now. Cult emotes? I do like your emotes. They're very nicely stylized. And also very, you know, Cult of the Lamb aesthetic, which, you know, can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I was very, hyped for Cult of the Lamb when it was first coming out. I remember seeing, like, one of the first trailers for it and being like, oh, that's sick. I can't wait to play that. And, you know, it's still good. I have no problem with it, but I was hoping it had a little bit more Isaac nature to it. But it's still nice. I don't know how much room we're gonna have for the legs. Yeah, it's still not a lot. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to reduce that. I could maybe reduce the body a little bit, I think. There's probably a few little hacks I can do to fit this in our area. We're definitely stretching it out as much as possible. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that now before I start that. I already know I don't have enough room. See if I can just do this first. Now let's do that and then try to fix it from there. That might be enough room for the legs. I think so. I think that'll be enough. Internet freeze or your stream freeze? Yeah, you know, Twitch gives us the best connection to servers around here. It's just, they're very nice. Just kind of how it works out, you know. Making an Isaac character mod? So we're making a mod specifically, at least the hope is to do that, of doing basically a lamb riskRED. So instead of the lamb at the end of Darkroom being, you know, the normal lamb you all expect to see, we're trying to do like the Cult of the Lamb. I thought it would be a good mod idea. I've had it for a while and I'm like, screw it, we'll just try to make it. And so that's kind of that's what we're doing. At the very least, I want to try to get one sprite done today, and we're getting there. It's been a while since I've done some pixel art, though. I was kind of annoyed because I was earlier this morning. There was a bunch of stuff, both with stream and stuff. The whole setup for seeing the iPad and everything was not quite set up, so I had to fix that, which I knew. But I also didn't have this software installed, and I have like a custom theme for it, and it took me forever to relocate it and then get it installed again, but we got it. I don't like the default because it's very bright. I'm very much a dark mode enjoyer. But yeah, we do have technically a mod. It's not out and it hasn't been out yet, but maybe someday it will be. But there is a mod with the help of Subliminal, which has done the Twitching of Isaac mod. We have a mod for mimic chests. So instead of it being, you know, a mimic chest where in normal Isaac it's just, it has spikes that come out, it's actually like a very rare chance to be an enemy that actually has, like, you know, the normal mimic kind of teeth and a tongue and everything, and every different chest is different and, you know, has different attacks and everything. So the rarer the chest, the harder it is. And so we have a bit of that done, but we still need to get back to it to actually finish it and get it up. But we do have it in our game with Twitch integration on stream here. So at the very least, that's like a little bit of a showcase of it. But yeah, so probably the last thing I sprited was that. I mean, maybe not actually, but sounds accurate. Feels right. I wonder if his arm spread is still too wide. I feel like it is. I don't know, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't, maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Do I have enough room for legs? I think so, but I do think they're going to have to be shorter than what I wanted, which is why I'm like, I think the arms need to be shorter too. So I think that's going to be the plan, likely. Unless I, like, have the legs kind of in here like this. That's as far as I can make them go. And we're going to have to add the extra thickness too, so that's going to kind of ruin some things here, I think. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get the pose that I wanted to get with that. We did do a sketch earlier. This is our sketch as a reference. So this is kind of what we're going off of. But he is very tall, and so we don't really have the room for that. I was kind of being a little over ambitious that way. Let me see if I can do that. It's cooling down my son's food. Gotcha. Nobody likes a too hot Hot Pocket, you know? I know they're called Hot Pockets, but I'm not saying you're cooling down Hot Pockets. I'm just saying I wanted me to blow on every individual piece. That sounds about right. Gosh. What's going on here? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I can't really speak too much. I was kind of one of those, like, kids as well. At least when I was younger, I was like the kid that was like, I need, you know, the crust off of my bread. Now I don't. The crust is the best part, but as a small child, oh yeah. Get that crust off of there. I don't think I would have been one of those kids that was like, get the crust off my Uncrustables, but you never know. Somehow I'd find a way to make that happen. The lamb body's still too big. I feel like I could probably reduce that by like a pixel or two. At this point, we're trying to like refine as much as we can. Yeah, I can easily do that. Yes, I can. I'm gonna do a little bit of that. A lot of that extra, like, weird refinement that I'm trying to go for, and I'm hoping it's working out. This side's a little weird. There's, like, nothing going on over here. All that, I need to actually have something happen over here, otherwise it's gonna look very unbalanced and weird. Where does this start? Here? Yeah. I'm just gonna have it be symmetrical. It's a cheat, but it works. Yeah, that works for me. I was the same. I always needed something like, "Where's Dad? Can we have him back?" Yeah. Yep, that is definitely the kind of way that I was. So. When I've been told, I wasn't too, like, you know, tantrumy or anything like that, but... Which I guess is good, but... Just gonna have to take word for it that that's the case. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do symmetrical legs here. I can't do the pose that I want to do, and I'm gonna need to leave some room. Which also... I'm gonna need to reduce the crown a bit again, I think. Because I need one extra layer around the entire thing to get that, like, Isaac look. Because otherwise it won't look right. I think, anyway, unless it's like... No, it is doubled outlined, okay. Double outline! Gotcha. But very soon we can make it black, so I don't have to, like, look at this layer underneath or anything. Actually, I don't really need that layer anymore. Kind of just do that. We can do that now! There is an easy way to change the color here, I think. Place color. Yeah, there you go. It knew what I wanted. There we go. Okay, some of these still look kind of weird, though. Gonna have to redo these a little bit. There we go. Do that. And that one, there we go. A little bit of the floofs. There we go. It looks really bad when you don't do the, like, double thick outline, but it really helps when you add it. So needy when I was a kid. Yeah. I don't think I was, like, super needy when I was a kid. All the time. I think it just depended what it was. Okay, so let me re-enable the symmetry. I don't have to do it twice. There we go. I don't know if that's my favorite shape for the leg, but it's gonna have to work. Actually, that's not terrible. I don't hate that, but the arms are really long. They're like kind of like... The arms are gonna have to be reduced if that's how long the legs are gonna be. Because otherwise he's like some cryptid. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, that's weird. That does not work with the synergy the way that I would want that to work. That is very peculiar. The arm's gonna have to go to like there. That's okay though. I'm alright with that. That's acceptable. There you go. That looks pretty good too. That actually matches the proportions really nicely. So I'm actually really okay with that. There you go. That's pretty good. I think we'll be able to reduce the eye or the crown by 1, and then we'll be actually good. And we'll be on our merry way, and everything will be nice, and it'll look really good. And I can be all happy again. I don't know. I think part of me is like, I like the refinement of pixel art more. I enjoy doing all kinds of art, but something about being able to just say like, hey, I'm gonna do it this way, and see if I can refine this thing. I don't know, I enjoy it a little bit. Yeah, the fleece is gonna go there for now. There's a lot of like assumed detail here too. I'm gonna have to be really good with some of the coloring later. Because it's like, if you don't know what's going on here, then, you know, that's fair. It is kind of ridiculous right now. This... There we go. That's not right. There you go. Not all of that's exactly the same. I know I just mentioned the symmetry tool and now I'm not using it, but that's my own fault. How's that happening? Wait a minute. Something's off here and I don't know what it is. Oh no. Something's off, I don't know what it is though. Like, there's an extra pixel here that's being used. Where? I think it's right here. Hold on. I think I found it. I think it's there. There we go. Yeah, I see it now. I see it. I'm late, please don't hit me. You're good, you're good. I'm not gonna punish anybody for being late to a stream. That's not how that works. I'm not gonna do that, don't worry. There's no expectation to have to be on the stream. I appreciate anybody that can come by, but no expectation for that. I'm trying to see if I can make the fleece look like it's going under the bell, so that it's kind of like not... There's a little bit more room for the actual fleece to be. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, I like that better. Oh, that looks good. I actually really like that. I might modify this, because I don't really like whatever's going on here. But, yeah. I gotta change this, but outside of that, we're good. Maybe I do like something like that. Yeah, that looks better. It looks kind of weird, but it looks better. Okay, cool. I think I'm generally happy with that outside of the crown here. By the way, username, how's it going? Hope it's good. Okay, getting the eye to work now is going to be a project. Might not have enough room to get that done. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to work. Yeah, it's okay. He looks a little bit more angry. I like it. Crown looks fine in my opinion. It looked fine. I liked how it looked, but I need an extra like pixel around everywhere to get like the extra thickness, which I think I can do now. Can I do that now? I know there's like a quick way to do it, but I might need to like just do it. There's something in effects here or something. Yeah, outline. Yeah, see, that's the only problem though, is I haven't filled it with color. So that's gonna make it worse. Would you be late? I slept and I was eating a big waffle. I mean, that just sounds like a good time. I want a big waffle now. God damn it. Make me hungry. I don't have any big waffle. I had toast, and I mean, look, I'm happy with that. Don't get me wrong, but still. So we gotta start getting like accurate colors in here. Hold on. I need a lamb picture to reference. His color, the color was like his kind of skin's like that. Actually, that's a really good color. That's really close. Okay, never mind. We're good. I figured it out. That's kind of his fleecy color. It'll be both this and this. And then, or I guess it's his wool. His fleece color will be more like this. There we go. There's that. The collar's like black, but it's not pure black, so it'll be something like this. Yeah, it's kind of a browny color. There you go. Gotcha. I need to select this color again. All of his limbs painted in. There you go. I need a yellow. If I do all this, I can do the outline. This is what I want to do. This is an Isaac color palette, which is nice. Apparently it is, anyway. As far as I've been told and made aware. So I'm hoping it's accurate. And red. There we go. I'll like it, and then let's outline that by one. No, black. Okay. There he is, a lamb. He doesn't have a face, but we'll add the face. He'll be fine. He'll be good. He'll be alright. Obviously, we can refine some of this a little bit, and we need shading and everything, but, you know. We're getting there. I think around the outside of the eye, it should be like a dark red. Like, I think maybe this would look better. Yeah, that looks better, because it's kind of like a lighting effect more than anything. I like that. I think there's probably porn in this game. I mean, there likely is. I mean, I know there's the Bestia NSFW mod, so I mean, that's pretty much what that is, right? That's pretty much it. I think that answers the question. There you go. There you go. Made the legs look a little better. Nice. I might change the legs a little bit because I'm looking at it at like the small size, and I think the legs should be a little further apart, but it looks pretty good. Let's get the eyes in here, and then we'll be pretty good. Whoa, flippy coin. What do we got in the coin flip? What's going on there? Head. We've gotten a lot of heads recently. It's bad, because I have a lot of, like, bad stories of me, not good stories. God damn. Well. Ooh, heads. It's heads. We love heads. It's still good. We don't get it that often, so it's kind of one of those, like... It's rare. Well... What could be in terms of good story today? What would fall in the category of that? I'm trying to think. Well, I do know one good story. There was one time I was on a school trip. I was part of the music like band. You know, I was part of band. I was part of that. I did more like tech stuff than anything. When I was part of that, I didn't really do, like, you know... I did eventually play in the band, but that's a whole other thing. But I did a lot of, like, tech stuff in the school band. How far is this? 7, apparently. But there was one time that we were in Chicago. And it was a good time in Chicago. We had a grand old time there. I think the eyes might be a little too big. I might have made them a little too massive. Hold on, I gotta reduce that a little bit. Like 6. Do that. There we go, that's a more realistic size. But we were in Chicago, and during that same week it was my birthday. And I didn't think anything of it. You know, I was like, it's my birthday, that's cool, but it's like, you know, it's nothing crazy. I don't go too, like, you know, insane with my birthday, personally. I don't really care that much about it. And so I didn't think much of it. But either way, eventually at one point, I was told to, like, oh, can you, like, hop off the bus for a second? Because, you know, we gotta get, like, some stuff, and we need you to check it. I don't know why I didn't think anything of it. My music teacher's telling me this, and he's like, yeah, just do that real quick. Because why not? Like, oh, okay, sure, yeah. I guess I'll do that. So I did start doing that, and I was off the bus for a while, and I'm like, I can't find this thing. So I start coming back on the bus, and everybody had, like, a printed out mask face of me. Like a little paper cutout of me, and they were all, like, wearing them. And it was basically just like a birthday prank kind of thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? There's a bit of context there. At one point in my math class, a friend of mine had the idea that it would be really funny if, you know, we decided to get a printout picture, like, of our math teacher's face, and essentially make it a you know, and then on April Fools, we would basically go in and wear it and then hand it out to the class. And so we ended up actually doing that. And one day we did that. Our math teacher, like everybody in the class, literally had like a cutout of their face, just wearing it. And that was something that happened. So that's kind of what they did to me, is they just re-pranked me that way. Mind you, different teacher, was a music teacher, but he still thought the idea was funny. And we did enlist the help of the music teacher to get the math teacher out of the room when we did it. When was this? God, I don't even know. Like 2016, maybe? Maybe 2015? No. No, maybe actually. Yeah, maybe 2015. Like, now that I'm thinking of it. It's supposed to go back in like this, I think, for the horror of the mouth. The horror! There we go, that's the mouth we want. That's it. We need that for the teeth, and then the tongue needs to be there, like that. There we go. And so the fill for that is probably just black, like that, and then the same white as this for the teeth, and then not that for the tongue. We need like a neutral, yeah, like that. There we go. There's the mouth. And then the eyes are going to be kind of weird. It's going to be hard to get the eyes looking right. Also, how is it a good story if you got pranked? I mean, it was good, because it was nice, it was reassuring. I didn't think anybody was going to do anything for my birthday, and then they did that. And so it was nice to see. It made me very happy. Tongue is farther back. What do you mean? Because like if I'm looking out at like this resolution, it looks fine. I'm liking the tongue like that. I mean, I could probably do this. Actually, hold on. I mean, at that point, it's just down to preference. That still looks okay. Mind you, I might make it darker. I need to add shading anyway, but maybe overall dark. I'll keep it like that for now and figure out what I want to do for the actual scale of that. All right, let's resolve the eyes. Our initial eye sketch was like this. So we need kind of mostly centered, but not exactly centered. So something like this. Wait, hold on, I didn't do that right. Let's see, that seems like the right scale, but I might want to change the way the eyes are rounded. Because it looks good. But I might do this. And get rid of these side. It looks good like that, I guess, but... Wait, hold on, I can't erase anymore. I gotta use color. A slightly different aesthetic. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It could be worse. I might hate doing this, though. Because of the size of this. But we'll see. Hopefully I don't. Actually, you know what? I actually like that. That actually doesn't look bad. I could probably make them a little bigger. But that's pretty good. That's a lammy. That's a lamb. Look at him. He's a lamb. I could probably make his face go up by like 1 pixel. Which I might actually do. I think his face is a little too low. Gotta fix his mouth, but that's okay. Yeah, there we go. There he is, look at that. See, he's a little stylized, but he's not exactly like, you know, he's not in a full one-to-one. I know Chargeable that was asked a little earlier about if it was going to be like, try to look as close to the lamb. I'm like, no, we gotta try to like implement the Isaac style and make it its own thing a little bit. You know? And there he is. There's our boy. Okay, so the only other things we have, really, and obviously you could refine it. I might make his eyes a little bit bigger, but I also want to shade him, I think. I think that's what I want to do. The look. Well, let me look. What are we looking at? Lamb from Cult of the Lamb? Hey, yeah, we were looking at that, that picture earlier. The one with him in the air. His tongue is far back, but the problem we have is that we want him to be symmetrical so that he's kind of... Because we're trying to get that... It's a weird blend where we're trying to get it to be like, you know, Isaac stylized, and it's trying to be symmetrical, but then at the same time it's like not perfectly symmetrical. But we also don't want to have it be like the lamb where he's always looking to the side, like, you know, normal lamb do. So that's kind of that sort of thing. Risk, I hope you know I'm watching your stream on the toilet. That's the best place to watch, so I would hope that you're there. You really can't get any more pristine than that, in my opinion. So I'm glad to hear it. But anyways. So yes, so there we go. We got our Pixel Man. There he is. We need to do shading now. The thing is with the shading, and I don't know exactly, like what's the shading that this did? So the shading that this did is basically just top-down, which is good to know. Top-down shading is fucking hard, especially when you're trying to figure out like where everything's sitting in space. You have to like try to figure that out. Diarrhea? Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm all too familiar. I'm me, riskRED, very poopy, super poopy. I'm, oh man, just real poop infested. Just lots of shitting. You know, the mix of IRL, IBS, and, you know, I just have that. It's just a passive. So if I was an Isaac character, I would just passively have the IBS. On top of that, you know, a little bit of lactose intolerance as well. That doesn't help either. Nobody likes that. That's not something anybody really wants to be involved with. Anyway, there's the face. I made it separate. I don't know why. I just did. I'm going to make the shading separate, too. So we got to shade this. And the best way to do that is to figure out what color we need to use to shade it. That's too light. Now, a lot of this is like, you know, there's maybe 2 or 3 colors in the shading with Isaac a lot of the time, so that's basically how I'm going to keep it. I don't really want to go beyond that if I don't have to. And so we just need to figure out what the shading needs to be. I feel like that's too dark. And a lot of these are very red. This is too light. So we need darker than that, but not lighter than that. That's going to be hard. Maybe this? That's pretty good. Maybe that. That seems to be about right. I would say that's accurate. And so my whole idea with the way that the lamb's fleece works is the fact that like the face is like sunken in a little bit more. So what I would assume is that this bottom part of the fleece, like this, will be kind of shaded as one thing. And so we're going to start with our first layer of shading and then kind of refine it from there. But, yeah, so you kind of have like some upper shading that would essentially make you see all this extra detail and shit. So that's the plan anyway, and actually I can just do this with symmetry, so it's fine. Let's do that. Save some time. We love symmetry. Drink? Okay. I'm out of that water bottle, but I have a second one, so don't worry about it. Love me some water, man. It's good. Can't go wrong. Okay, that's all the way across. So my whole mythology with shading is that if it looks good or if it makes sense, then that's what you go with. You know? Whatever works, right? Whatever works. Oh, it's looking good? Yeah, the shading really is the thing that makes it kind of pop a little bit. That's the aspect that is, like, really good. Again, we're gonna have to go through this a couple times, because, like, with anything... So something you'll notice on shading, and it doesn't apply to everything, like this doesn't really have anything, it's literally one color of shading. But because it's such a, you know, dark color already, you don't have to have that much detail. But if it's like a light color, then you'll usually have, like, this one, and then here you see, like, another one. So this one has 2 colors per shading. So, like, no more than 3 colors is what I try to, like, keep myself to when I'm shading. Because I think, you know, any more than that, you're just getting overly complicated. It's just kind of a way to, like, limit yourself more than anything. But, yeah, so... You're gonna get, like, a lot of top-down, so you're gonna start seeing this. This is kind of sticking out, and then after that, we're gonna get shading on the bottom of this. I would think. And that's what we're going with. And I can stop the symmetry, because now I have to sprite it differently. But yeah. I always feel like the pixel art looks like shit until the shading like comes in. Once that kind of shows up, it starts to look a little bit better. Very. The lamb from Cult of the Lamb, is the lamb from Isaac confirmed? Yeah, I'm confirming it here right now. I'm the controller of the lore, and so now you know that that is actually canon. You're welcome, by the way. I think I'm gonna kind of like have a few divots in the shading a little bit to kind of match the shape of this, to give it a little bit more shape. Yeah, I like that. Just like that, just to give it a little bit more floof. The shading is kind of like the secret sauce for giving things shape, which is what I love about it. Okay, cool. So that's one layer. I'm going to have another level of darkness, I think, to everything. And there's usually, like, rules to figuring it out. I just put it in the corners to try to... At this point, I was just like, whatever looks good. There's probably actual practices, and sometimes it's like you look at a bunch of... if you look at pictures really close, like actual photos, eventually you'll notice a lot of similarities between things and how, like, pixels go together in shadows and that. And I think that helps a lot with understanding how pixel art comes together as well. Yeah, I think I'm only going to need 2 colors here, actually. I might use 3 here, because I think I'm going to darken this a little bit more to make it look a little bit more shadowy. But we'll see. Hey, Helmet, well, hello, and thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. Hope you're doing alright. Pixel artist here. Oh, hello, how's it going? I'm gonna make you immediately cringe with everything I'm doing today, so I immediately apologize for any of that. But we're trying our best. Not a bit of pixel art, but, you know, it's gonna be, still something. There we go. Not too bad. I think that works. That's looking better. That's looking better. By the way, again, what we're doing right now is we're doing some Cult of the Lamb pixel art, kind of in the style of The Binding of Isaac, in the hopes to make it an eventual replacement for the Lamb here. Okay, maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I do want to change these eyes. I don't like them. They're starting to, like, stare into my soul, and I hate it. So, I do need another darker color. What's our current darker color? I've lost that already. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I just wanted to make that darker. Everything else I didn't really care about, but I'll add it because I'm here. Just to give a little bit of extra depth because I can. No, it just works there. There we go. Gotcha. There we go. I just wanted to add a little bit because I have it now. There we go. Sick. Anyways, out of curiosity, if you're somebody who does pixel art, I'm curious what kind of pixel art you do. We're gonna need to start finding the shading for that, but that's looking good. I'm liking that fleece tone a little bit. That's bringing it out a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I might change some of this. I might add like a lighter color. Like, that's that color. Maybe I can add just a little bit of this to kind of defer it so it's not so strict. Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer. It just kind of makes it a little... I know I said only 3 colors, but that's going to help kind of remedy some of the extra brightness that I'm not liking. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Alright. Well, we got our wrist reacts, so I guess we're taking a break. It's a good time. We've been doing a lot of pixel art. We've been doing it for almost 2.5 hours, so... You know, I mean, we did our drawing and everything, too. Our very rough drawing. But you can see why this was important to do first. Because this helps us have the general design, and now we're here. It's not exactly the same. We've had to make some changes to make it compensate, and I like this pose, but unfortunately we did not have the vertical space for that. But still, you know, it's still coming together. But again, we need to change those eyes, because these eyes are bigger and they look better. But we'll get there. We might move the face down again, too, or closer together. I think that might also be something we do. The face is not quite Cult of the Lamb-y enough. There's a little bit of discrepancy, I think. Oh, Blue Lobster. Well, that's a wake up in the afternoon at this point. Okay. Well, we got Spock. We also have our actual lamb here, just for reference. He's right here. It looks really weird when you bring him on that way. Anyways, a little long lamb. Alright, we got a wrist react, so we are now entitled to 10 minutes of more Killer Bean. Where did we leave off on Killer Bean? Assuming we still have Killer Bean saved in our watch time. Which we may or may not. Oh shit, we do. Oh fuck yeah, we're right there. We're right, literally perfectly there. What will we do next? Well, post, you know, checking out some Killer Bean, apparently. We will be doing probably just the rest of the shading, but I might fix the eyes first, because I think they're too far apart, and I think the actual, like, inner part of the eye is not quite big enough. But I might not be able to really adjust that size much more, but we'll have to see. So, I think those two things, and then after that, continuing the shading and stuff. But yeah, either way. This is our first art stream in a while, so it's been... It's a little slower, but at the same time, we've been making decent-ish progress, considering where we've been going to and from. I think it's been alright. But okay, more Bean. I don't remember what the plot was when we last left off. Our reactions are limited to 10 minutes, but we've watched at least almost an hour at this point of...
Nothing but the best for you, Dark Bean.
Yeah.
Which is just great, you can't go wrong with it.
Learned it's gonna take the best.
Wait, he calls him Dark Bean? Dark Bean.
One of the Shadow Agency's top beans. I used to look up to you. Now
His name is Dark Bean.
Why did you betray us, Dark Bean?
I didn't betray anyone.
Good God.
The Shadow Agency betrayed me.
What? You're the one who destroyed our database and stole years of intelligence.
Killer Bean
work.
is such a
How could you do that?
ridiculous...
And how could you go from policing the world to running guns for this 2-bit gangster?
Honestly, it would just be like a normal, predictable plot of a movie.
To get rid of the trash.
But because it's beans, it makes it 10 times better.
At a time.
Also, we're on our wrong thing right now.
We all joined for the same reason.
Let's modify this. There we go.
But when I joined the Shadow Agency 12 years ago, it was more clear-cut.
Shadow agency.
While the politicians were paralyzed in diplomatic bullshit.
That's just the way I like it.
Gotcha.
Times have changed. The agency was always privately controlled.
Also, Faye, can I ask, are those emotes from yourself? Those are nice. They're good.
I'm not sure what caused the shift, but now we're just guns.
No? Oh, okay. They're still nice. I like them.
Bidder. Anyone with the right amount of money can buy the talents of the Shadow Beans.
We need some more animated emotes personally here.
I was asked to protect some rich dictator. On another, I assassinated him.
That's not a.
It didn't matter what we did. The Shadow Agency.
That's not due to a lack of effort or ability, but
before I left, they had me deliver weapons to the very group of beings I had spent several years trying to take down.
It's just an idea thing.
For me.
These are mine. Those are nice too.
Do you expect me to believe any of this?
I like those as well.
All I know is that you
Art one's nice too.
agency security and stole years of intelligence work.
I'm glad to see it.
I didn't steal anything.
Is that a crab?
All the information I took was mine. I wasn't about to give.
I don't know the context, but I like it regardless.
Continue my work.
And exactly how does serving cappuccino continue your work?
Cappuccino is a major player in the weapons market.
I'm happy that we got to learn about the fact that they are, in fact, canonically coffee beans, because if I didn't know that, I would have just been like,
but unlike at the Shadow Agency,
why cappuccino?
Finally kill the beans.
It's actually even weirder that they're coffee beans, like.
You get yourself a few more minutes of life with that story.
Whatever, either way.
But you can't out-talk my trigger finger.
I forgot how stupid these beans look.
Believe me or not, this is probably your
well, the first thing we drew today was a very quick killer bean version of Isaac.
What the hell are you talking about?
And by very quick, I mean I took like literally less than a minute to draw it. But
the Shadow Agency knows I can expose them. Any agent that comes
there is that. That's the other mod we needed. We looked it up last time. There is a bean transformation in Isaac, but there is not.
Seeing the mess you made last night,
there is unfortunately not any sort of like killer bean mod. Not even like a soundtrack thing or anything.
Find out the truth about them, and if they can't control you now,
so that's a problem. I guess we'll have to remedy that too at some point.
It's smarter for them to defuse you now before you become a bigger problem.
For context, we do normally play Isaac around here.
If they want me dead,
and so we play a lot of stuff. We play Cult of Lamb as well, and variety of random stuff. We've been playing Meat Boy recently, but we play Isaac with tons of mods, Twitch integration, Fiendfolio, over like 90-ish mods. They have a !mod list if you're curious about all of that stuff. But yeah, so we got a few mods, quite a lot. 90's kind of too much, I would think.
No, you're lying. I'm not gonna believe you. I won't believe a word.
There's a lot of conversation, by the way. They already been there for about 10 minutes. Oh, is he dead? Did he actually kill him? I mean, his name is Killer Bean, so that's kind of expected. I'm sorry. Oh, Dark Bean, it sucks for you to be dead in the story, but I love that they just, no matter what it is, they just ragdoll to death. Every single time. It's like, oh no, I'm dying.
Shut. I would have done more with my life than you ever will. Doesn't matter now.
It completely removes all the dramatization, even at least for me. Might depend on your take of it, but for me, it's just I immediately go to like Gary's mod videos in my head anytime I see like just a ragdoll that way. Well, Dark Bean's dead. I don't really know what that means for anything else happening. I mean, I feel like we don't have too much, really.
Dispatch. This is Cromwell. Where's my backup?
6 squad cars, ETA 3 minutes.
We've got, you know, I wasn't joking when I said we were probably gonna watch the majority of Killer Bean on stream eventually. And we pretty much have at this point. I think we're reaching the climax, though. Unless that is the climax, but we got a little bit more. Oh yeah, this guy. I forgot about this guy. This guy showed up at like the start of the movie, and then we haven't seen him at all ever since then.
Yes, I am here.
There you go. Yeah, see, that's the climax I'm talking about. That's what it is.
And who is the target?
Oh. Oh shit. That is death in history. On an art stream, of all things. I mean, if anybody ever streams like a full reaction to Killer Bean, it should just be in the art category, I would think, because, you know, how can you compete with this, really?
I'll call you when the job is done.
Okay. Well. But yeah, this character didn't show up again until now. He showed up in like the first like 10 minutes and now he's back. I know nothing about him. Or who even made this? What was his name? Jeff something? Jeff Geff? It was many years in the making. Many years. Based on what we've seen. There's like one from like 14, 15 years ago. Like 2010 YouTube, maybe? Either 2010 or 2011, there was like an initial Killer Bean prototype. That was apparently even older. That was just when it was uploaded, so... Killer Bean is mass in the making. This is... Why is this so cinematic? Good God. Wow, this is... Jesus Christ, it's so cinematic and emotional. And then you just zoom by Killer Bean's face.
Drop your guns.
So why are my clips on the stream clips? It only counts for the clips command.
Like this.
That's the only way the Twitch API gets triggered for clips, unfortunately. Just how it works.
Whoa, easy. Hold your fire.
Was he on their side now?
Finally brought some backup, huh?
Yeah. Does this satisfy your ego?
What do you want, Cromwell? Coming to see if I did your dirty work? Well, he's right over there.
Yeah, he's dead all right. But you didn't kill him. He did.
What does it matter? You got the results you wanted? Now just step aside and let me by.
Oh no.
Let you by?
Any sort of movie like this has a big twist to it, right?
If I let you go, I'll never find out about the Shadow Agency or the Shadow Beans.
I can't help you.
Why not? You are a Shadow Bean, aren't you?
Not anymore.
Oh. Way to make it super dramatic, but I mean, we knew that.
After you, aren't they? Don't shoot! Hold your fire!
I feel like the cops being there are not helpful.
If you tell me what I need to know, I can protect you.
I highly doubt that.
I can at least give you a place to stay tonight.
Does this actually have a good plot? I thought this whole thing beforehand was just only for the memes, and it still is mostly a meme, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's actually not fully meme-worthy. I've seen much worse actual, like, you know, 2 theaters movies.
There there is nothing you can do that will help
I know you guys have told me that this movie has been in a couple theaters, but obviously not like worldwide. Unless it has, and I just missed the opportunity, but still. Why is it so dramatic, but also beans? I don't have the answer for that. I really don't, you know? I don't. Oh. No. Don't get rid of that gun. That's highly expensive. The amount of gold that you have on that?
But I do need a quiet place to think.
Oh, those guns are worthwhile, and they're cool, and they have your golden bullets in them. That has to be, like, thousands of dollars that you're throwing away right there. That's not worth it. You could have just put them in your holsters. That's fine. That's all you need. That's what they're there for. Beantown? I can't believe that it's called Beantown. That's the funniest part.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but this will do.
Alright, I'll leave it right there. I'll leave it right there. My god. That is the most dramatic I've ever seen out of Killer Bean so far, and I can't believe that they're going that dramatic with it half the time. Alright, I'll leave it I'll leave it in the background still. Beantown. I know, it's Beantown, right? Which, you know, is hilariously dumb. But it's also kind of funny. So, you know, respect for that. Honestly, I like it a lot. Actually, real quick, I have this as well. There we go. There we go. Boop. There we are. Oops. There we are. But yeah, it's very meme-y worthy. Okay, let me fix these eyes, by the way. Because I kind of need to. I think they need to be... Well, they can't just be one pixel closer together. They're going to have to be two. Because of the symmetry. But to be closer together like this. I don't know if that feels right. Does that feel better, or does it feel like his eyes are too close? I don't know. It kind of feels like we can't really get a happy medium, you know what I mean? Because I think it's this. I think that's the answer, but we can't really... You can't center it that way, right? See what I mean? So, it's either a little too far or a little too close. But maybe we can also do this, where we, like, take the whole face... or we take the eyes and we make them, like, a little bigger. Because I think we have the room for that. Wait, hold on. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, I think that might be a good, like, variant of that as well. Mind you... Is this the same size on both sides? Okay, it is. For some reason, this row of pixels went away, but that's okay. I don't know if these are perfectly symmetrical still. I think so. They look like it. Yeah, I think the bigger size made sense. I think that feels more organic. I think that's it. That's not what I wanted. And I can do this if I want to. Which is fine, but I don't quite like that, so maybe the alternative is this. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that was a much better choice. I like that. That looks a lot nicer, in my opinion. Yeah, I like that a lot. And was the crown actually centered? Hold on. The crown is not centered. The rest of Lamb is centered, but not the crown. How did that happen? Let me fix that. I'm gonna fix that. I don't know how that happened, but... Oops. There we go. Fixed. Saved. There we go. Okay. So that's much better. That is a lot better. I like how that looks. The eyes are now a lot nicer. I could probably make the mouth bigger, which I might actually do. Let me add like a row of pixels here. And then do that and move this. No, that was my bad there. I should have done that, but whatever. It's fine. Yeah, there you go. Much better. Exaggerate that a little bit more. I like that. Obviously having like the red eyes and stuff maybe would look better overall, but I like having the normal sprite as an option as well. Looking background submissions. We can do that in a minute. I'm going to use the same lighting to do the eye shading here. Which should obviously be from the bottom as we've done. I could do up the entire side like this, which I probably shouldn't do, but you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm dumb. Then use this. There we go. Again, I've heard, I hope it's kind of true, but I've heard a lot of rumor that, Donkey Kong game, is real. Also, I should have done that as symmetry. I don't know why I didn't do that, but you know what? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay. I think I just put that up to there, yeah. Gotcha. And this. There we go. Gotcha. There we go. Yeah, see, having like a little bit of shading. It's also good to have highlights, but Isaac doesn't really have that. Oh, I thank you. I appreciate that. These are kind of highlights, so they don't really need shading. But you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm dumb. I don't really know if they're supposed to be highlights or they're just like the center of the eye, but whatever. Looks good. By the way, I zoom out in and out a lot just to see like what it looks like at a smaller size because it's a little easier to see it all like simplified together. So just like if you're curious about that, that's what I'm doing. Don't think I need... Also, I can turn off the pixel grid here. Let me do that. So it's a little easier to see what's going on here. We don't need that whole grid there. I know for some that might be a little harder to see through. It helps for measurements, but not 100% needed. Let me go back to the symmetry too, so that we're doing good. I might end up inventing a color in between that, because I kind of want to have a shade in the middle, like this. But that's not quite right, it needs a little bit more red. There you go, that's better. Yeah, that looks good, I like that. Sometimes the shading just goes like in weird directions too, where, you know, obviously we're doing kind of like this thing here, and here it's just like 2 layers of shading, but whatever works, you know. We won't need any shading for the crown, I don't think. I mean, I probably could add a color in between this. Yeah, like I could probably do that, just to give a little bit more brightness there. Maybe even go a little beyond that. There you go. Give some lighting to the eye. That's actually kind of cool. It definitely looks like it has like a glow to it or something. I really like that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm liking it. Alright, let's get the shading figured out for here, which... That kind of looks like it's the darkest color option, but you know what? I'm gonna ignore that. It's kind of nice when you have a palette, because you can kind of shade with colors and not really have to worry about anything that way. Actually, with this, the shading's going to be thicker up on the top here, just if you're wondering. I'm really liking how this is turning out, actually. You know, at the very least, if we don't get, like, a full mod made out of this at some point, like, we still have these sprites, which is nice. Or at least this one. You know, that's good. I still like it. Okay. Symmetry disabled. By default, I usually do lighting from, like, the left to the right, so the light's coming from here. And then, you know, the shading shadow side is on this side, so I usually work from, you know, in Photoshop, the minus 135 kind of angle. You know, 45-degree angle from the top left, though, is usually my default. So doing, like, top-down is a little weird to me, but I'm trying it. That only needs shading like that right now. But I'm going to make this a bit thicker, because it's top-down, which means it would be a bit thick up in this area. The shading on the bottom, I mean, I could do that, but the problem with doing that is, you know, there's going to be a couple people that who don't want me to do that. Plus, if I don't do this now, I'm gonna forget about doing the rest of this up here and forget, like, the ears or some shit. Alright, we'll get to it. I need slightly darker than that, but I don't know if I have color option for that. I might just have to make my own color, unfortunately. I'm only gonna go with 2 on this, though, because if I go any darker than that, then it's going to be hard to distinguish from black. There you go. Very nice. Yeah, look at that. Really looks like his floof is above his face, which is what I wanted. The shading does look a little green, so I might change the color, but I think I actually will do that now. I'm going to try to duplicate that. I don't know if I can use replace color for that. Might be able to. I like the idea of replace color, but that to this, but then darker. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Love me some replace color, man. It's very good. What's the longest you've streamed for? A very long time ago, I did a 12-hour stream. But that's probably about the longest. It was a little over 12 hours, probably about 12 and a half. And again, this was a very long time ago. I don't exactly remember what I did. I think I played like Dead Space 3 with a friend. I think I played all the way through Portal 2. Maybe I played some Splatoon. Maybe some Mario Kart. It was kind of just a bit of everything that I was streaming at that time anyways. But yeah, that would have been the longest, I believe. After that, like in terms of, you know, riskRED streams, it would have been that oh, there was one stream that I forget. I always think it was Layers of Fear, but I think there was one that was longer than that. And I don't fully remember what it was. I think it was from a long time ago, but I think Layers of Fear was probably the most recent, because that one was about, I'm gonna say, you know, that was almost 10 hours. That's not what I want. Hold on. Reselect that. And this. A little darker. There you go. That looks better. That just has that blue tone to it. It's not in the Isaac palette, but it looks better. It looks more refined, so I'm going to use those. Also, I know you asked earlier, what was the first thing I streamed? Well, that depends, because if you're asking, like, first thing I streamed... going by riskRED, then that would have been Mario Galaxy, I believe? No. No? No. Actually, maybe. Or no, it would have been Death Stranding. Would have been Death Stranding. But that was the first time we were playing Death Stranding. We ended up doing it again. Later, we did the director's cut and actually played all the way through it. But it feels like Mario Galaxy was the first thing, but technically it was Death Stranding. But that was more of a test than anything. So, that would have technically been the first... Well, actually, I don't even know if that's true. I don't know, I'd have to look. Technically, I think maybe the first thing that was labeled as a riskRED stream might have just been Isaac. But I was already streaming Isaac beforehand, so... hard to say. So probably that. That, or if you want to go off very first thing I ever did stream at all, then it would have been Borderlands 2. Was the first thing I ever actually streamed. Which sounds kind of dumb, but that's the answer. There you go there on that. That's just gonna have to be how the hands are, aren't they? Not gonna be a lot of lightness on those. There you go, this is coming together. I like that we have the shading coming in here. Again, I would do highlights, but Isaac doesn't really have highlights. So it's mostly just adding shadow. Because the nice thing about adding like highlights and stuff is kind of, you know, you can have backlights and stuff, but again, if Isaac's not made to be that way, then I'm not going to force it to be. There's the 3, or the amount that's supposed to be shaded in. Feels like a different shape than the other side. Am I crazy in thinking that? Hold on, is this not the same shape on this side? I don't think it is. No, it's not. Hold on a minute. That ain't right. I think it's supposed to be that, and then... Hold on, oh, Jesus. Is it that? I think that's more accurate. No, that's not it either. What? The shape's wrong here. Hold on, I just realized this. But I don't know what's right. Is that what's right? Maybe. Oh, yeah. No. What? Oh, no. Something's messed up here, and I don't know what it is. But I realized that, like, the shape isn't... Because if you notice here, it's hard to see because of the light color, but there's 2 pixels here. There's 1 pixel here, and then 2, and then 1 up here. So there's 1, and then this should be 2. And that should be 2, but then there should be 1. So there's 1 pixel missing here somewhere, but I don't know how? Because it looks right to me, so it's just like something about the shape. Because this is 2 pixels from there, and that's 2 pixels from there, so it's all the right amount. So unless, like, the inside... Maybe that's the thing that's wrong. Hold on, let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what's wrong. Oh yeah, look at the bottom here too. It's supposed to be like this. And then everything goes in by 1. Like that. There you go. Dumb things like that, huh? It's annoying, but sometimes you'll find mistakes like that. But there you go, now it's actually perfectly symmetrical. I should be using the symmetry tool the whole time so that I don't do that, but I forget to do it every once in a while. So that's my problem. There you go, we fixed it. I found the mistake. I knew something was wrong, it just didn't feel right. But whatever. We got it in the end. And that's what the shading's supposed to be there. Get this darker layer. Okay, there we go. Recovery was made. a lot of the first things that I started streaming was stuff in regards to, like, you know, F-Zero GX. I did a lot of that. I did a lot of... Well, I don't even know if that's true. Actually, you know what? No, I will shade this. Unless that's the darkest yellow I have. Oh, it is. Well, that's not good. And you can shade yellow with orange, so I'll go with that. That's fine. Do that. I need a like a bright yellow highlight. I need a really bright yellow highlight, or like just pure white, because things are shiny and things be shiny. There we go. Look at that. Nice old bell. Do we have a slightly darker orange than that? We do. There we go. Bell looks good too. But yeah, I was very much into F-Zero GX. I played a lot of actually we need to get a design on here. I forgot there's like the whole fleece design that we need to do. That's something else we need to make happen. But we can get that done. But I played a lot of F-Zero GX. I played a lot of I played a lot of Borderlands 2. It just happened to be the first thing that I played. And then after that, I don't know, just random things, really. So Mario Kart 8 for a while. Smash Brothers. Banjo-Kazooie for a little bit, but I never ended up actually finishing that. So it's kind of a random speck of things, you know? Warp Zone! Whoa. Warp Zone? Not doing Meat Boy right now, but that would be what we hear if we did that. Okay. So there's our fleecy members right there that have a little bit of that underside detail, on top of also the fleece being in the way of this. This one I can't really use the symmetry for, so I'm just gonna going as I go. Seeing what works, I guess. There we go. Is this the bottom side that we were supposed to be getting to? I feel like you just wanted me to say that we were getting over to lamb ass, which, you know, true, but you can't force the lamb ass. It's not how it works. There we go. Okay. There we go. Much better shading. And then also there's going to be shading under this little floof. And a little bit where it is as well. There we go. That looks good. Got a little bit of that extra stuff. The most complicated thing, I think, with this kind of animation as well, or when you're doing the animation with this stuff, is also having all the shading actually look good and consistent and give you that general sense of motion. Obviously, we're not doing the animation side of it currently, but you know what I mean. Okay. So, hold on. I need to look up the image of the lamb again, which I have on my iPad, so I'm just going to do that. Because I need to know what is the actual, like, design of the fleece. Okay. So, the design of the fleece is just that. It's just, like, the line on the bottom. I always thought it was more than that, but apparently it isn't. It's just that. Okay, well. The more you know, I guess. We can do that. We can make that happen, I guess. Okay, so the idea, then, is we'll just do a line on the bottom. So if this was like this, then I think the line would be like there. And then the line would be like here. Or so, like that. That seems right. Based on the flow of the fabric. I'm just doing like full guessing. Trying to keep like the shape of everything, I think, is the hardest thing. Okay, that looks good. We're working with like really fine pixels, but we're getting there. Okay. There you go. Yeah, that looks... Wow, the amount of, like, extra detail that added just by doing that. You know? It looks so much more like Cult of the Lamb now. It looked so weird before. It's not even shaded, but it looks so much more accurate. Okay, well... There's that. Adding shading there. I think we're good. We're gonna have shading here because this collar's here, but... There we go. I like how that looks. Again, I don't know why I'm doing not symmetry, but... Shut up! I know, I'm being dumb. Okay. That... There we go. Cool. That looks good too. I don't know how we're gonna shade this white. I guess we need like a reddish off-white. Which luckily we have. That's not dark enough. Actually, I guess I could just do with this same shading, right? Perfect, we already have it. I don't know why I'm trying to, like, you know, overcomplicate things when I literally already have the colors. Whatever, I'm being dumb. There we go. Looks a lot more round, a lot better. Well, I'm happy we've been able to come this far and do this. I do think at some point we'll probably do some form of 24-hour stream. I don't know what it would be, but... That's a thing to dwell on another day. Okay. Let's see here. Other than this and the collar and the legs here, we're almost there. Now I have to look at this. Because I didn't do symmetry. I've screwed myself over. That, this, and that. There we go. Got it. And also the Splatoon just showed up. Are we good? Did we do this accurately? I can't tell. This doesn't feel right either over here. What's going on here? Oh, I know what's happening. I did that. No? Hold on a minute. Why does the shading feel wrong there? I think it's that, that's why. Yeah, that's why. Got it. I solved my problem. Risk, what is your favorite Pokemon? I really liked, what's... I don't know how... I never learned how to say it. I've only seen it written. Is it a Wolga? It's like that flying squirrel Pokemon? I don't know. I like the design of that. Not so much for gameplay, I just like the way it looks. For gameplay, Piplup. I don't know, I rolled with Piplup for a while. At least when I played, Pokemon Pearl many moons ago. Like the last Pokemon game that I played, which... I've never had anything that's, like, tried to, you know, bring me back into Pokemon in a way that I've been like, oh, I have to check that out. You know, I'm hoping maybe someday there will be a reason to want to return to something like that, but... hasn't happened. This only needs shading for the actual collar part, because other than that, there wouldn't be anything else. Okay, so there's the collar. We literally did it. Okay. Legs. Hello, legs. Okay. Add a shade here. Hold on, wait, no, I'm going to solve my current problem and not do symmetry. Yes. I know. I figured it out. Perfect. I knew I could do it. And then turn that symmetry off. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, that looks awesome. Happy with that. But again, I said that whole thing about only 2 colors is really all you need for something like this, and there you go. It's the lamb! We did it! Lamb is sprited. There he is. Look at that. We got a lamb in Isaac-ish kind of style a little bit. I mean, you know, there's a whole other, like, element as well, because that would just be one sprite of all other sprites here. That would just replace one. You'd need to get, like, a crap ton more just to literally get the rest of this done. Oh, I thank you. You know, you need all the head. In this case, I guess we'd do, like, the crown as a separated thing, which is a really good idea. Again, thank you, Chargeable, for that. That is a very smart way to go about that. Just have it be the crown, but, you know, there he is. I mean, we don't have the tongue done. I guess we could do that. Not that it's, like, that involved. There you go, we did it. And we could also, like, be really fine and add, like, you know, tooth detail. Like, you can get really detailed with shading, too, if you really want to be that particular with it, you know. But there's an eventual point where you're like, oh, I gotta, like, stop refining this, because otherwise it's just gonna be a waste of time, you know what I mean? Like, there's even more that we can do. So something as well, and, you know, I won't do it for Isaac, because Isaac doesn't really do it, but in a lot of art, I would add highlights as well. So after you do all this kind of shading, you know, if I'm actually sketching this out to be proper art, I would add, like, little bits of that. And in this case, it would be like a backlight. So basically a light that's, like, either top down and a little behind you. It kind of adds this, like, silhouette to you. For a lot of, like, films and interviews and stuff, a lot of things do that. It's really, really nice. But it's really hard to do in, like, you know, it's easy to do if you go, like, outside or something, because you can just have the sun behind you. Sunset's kind of the easiest one to use for that sort of thing. But if you're in, like, a, you know, inside environment, like currently right now, where I am at, I don't have a backlight. I have this light behind me that's, you know, the back of the room light. It's kind of a backlight. Not really. It's just some extra lighting to kind of, like, add some extra contrast and some color and everything. But, you know, if I had another light here, I would probably have another light, you know, from way behind over me, and it would point down, and it would add, like, a nice little amount of lighting. So in this scenario, you'd probably do something like this and get a much lighter color than this, maybe even something like this, and you just, like, highlight stuff behind in some way, and you'd start getting extra lighting like that, and it would even be really faint. You could honestly, this is enough, right? And here, I'll do this on another layer just to give you, like, a bit of an idea of, like, what that would be like if I were to do it. Because you can, but Isaac, again, doesn't really utilize that. But yeah, you just get, like, a light color, and, like, we'll get a light color of this, so maybe something like this. You know? Just add a little bit of extra highlight. But again, Isaac doesn't really do it. You know, and you just add that. It adds, like, a little bit of an extra pop to it, right? And you do that everywhere. And obviously the wool here, you're not really going to do that because it's basically pure white. You can, you know? Like, that's something we can do because it's not, we didn't do pure white. You know what I mean, right? And so you can just go through and add a crap ton of random highlights and stuff of that nature if you really wanted to. And again, in a normal, horns and ears look very cool. Yeah, I do like the highlights on stuff. It's just not something that Isaac typically does because it's, you know, it doesn't look good everywhere, especially in, like, a game scenario. Plus, it's kind of a preference, right? So not everything's going to use something like that. I like it, don't get me wrong. But, and, like, we could do it here too, so I could even add a little extra right there. That one, it doesn't really make sense for that, but you know what I mean? Maybe we could add it to this as well. I don't exactly know. Yeah, there. For dark objects, you're probably not going to add too much of a highlight. But you can add a little bit of one. Something like that. Even that is, like, too bright, though. Like that. Like as dark as you can get without really adding too much to it. Yeah, like that's about as highlight as you get it. So depending on how bright the object is already is how bright you're gonna really add. And we technically added a highlight to the bell, but that was kind of its own thing. So yeah, we could add like a bunch of stuff like that too to really spruce it up, but you know, it's kind of preference. I think it looks good with it, but I don't think it needs it. So it's one of those things. But either way, I'm gonna save this so that I actually have it, because I haven't saved it yet, which is bad on me, because I should definitely have that saved. But we're gonna do it now. There we go. There we go. I have it saved now. Now we actually have it. But either way, I think I'm just gonna leave it there though for today. I just kind of wanted to do some stuff that was art stream worthy. You know, I didn't have a full amount of time today, but I'm happy to kind of do a little bit of that. And so hopefully, you know, I'll be able to continue this, you know, maybe not on stream, but hopefully be able to get more of this done and actually turn it into a proper animated thing, and maybe have it as an actual like sprite mod in Isaac, and you know, it can exist, and you know, the lamb can be the real lamb. And then, you know, I guess long lamb is still long lamb, you know, it just is that way. Edgy, hello. I'm happy I made it in time for stream. I mean, you know, I think we're kind of wrapping up things a little bit here actually, but you know, I'm still glad you swung by. We've been doing a little bit of art today. We've been working on doing like a lamb resprite. So we drew this earlier, basically respriting the lamb in Isaac to be the lamb in from Cult of the Lamb. And so this was just a sketch we did earlier, and then we have our current sprite. So it's cool. We got a good chunk done today. The highlights aren't really part of it. That was just kind of a showcase of it, but you know what I mean. It still exists. It's still a thing. But yeah, that's kind of been our case today. It's been cool. It's been nice to do it. I like doing pixel art every once in a while, so it's fun to do that, and just art in general. You know, I did a lot of art for another company for a while. Again, I kind of want to make a whole YouTube video on it, so I won't go into detail about that, but I did art for a while for another company, and you know, it wasn't ever an intended thing. It was like, you know, I did a lot of media stuff for them, but eventually I just kind of started doing more and more art for them. So, you know, had a lot of practice that way. And, you know, if I can use any of the stuff I learned from that elsewhere, then, you know, might as well do it, right? Might as well do it. I'd say, is it Cerno? Is that how I say it, or is that wrong? I want to make sure I'm saying it right before I do that, you know? So let me resave that, just make sure it's all good. Hell yeah. I do like Aseprite a lot. For those curious of the software that I'm using there, it's Aseprite. It's Aseprite. It's a good program. I'm using a custom skin for it, but it does look pretty much the same. It's just kind of a dark mode version with a little bit less pixel art aesthetic to its UI, but it still looks really good. You said it right, Cerno? The Cerno is the strongest. I don't know, today was Cerno Day apparently, but there you go. I hope it's good. Cerno is the strongest. Well, I'm glad I said it right. Can also be Susie is Cherno. I don't know, I just, my mind read it as Cerno. It just seemed to be the thing that made the most sense to me. When is next stream? Next stream will likely be, I'm thinking, well, should be Monday, actually. Because, like, you know, sometimes I have, and we do it every once in a while, but it's, you know, it's only if I'm able to do it on days that we don't normally have our scheduled stream, but sometimes we have just unannounced random streams every once in a while. I think the last one we did was Callisto Protocol, just because, you know, the DLC came out and I had no idea, so I wanted to check that out really quick. And it was only like a couple hours. But it should be Monday at our normal time. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll figure that out. We got things to check out. We got more Cult of the Lamb. We have more Meat Boy. Maybe something new as well. So you never really know. But I think, yeah, at our normal time, Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, I think. But yeah, either way, it's been good. It's been nice to do an art stream. I know it's not for everybody. It definitely is more of a chill atmosphere and all that. Also, it's, you know, earlier. I'm more of a night person myself, so, you know, it's one of those trade-offs, I guess. But anyways, it's been really, really good. Thanks for everybody who came by. Thank you, Edgy, for stopping by. I hope your last stream went well. I assume you're using OBS last stream, or maybe you weren't. I don't know. But I assume that was kind of a test for that based on what I saw. You literally started streaming like the minute after I stopped streaming yesterday, so I found that kind of funny. It's just, and that's how it worked out. But anyways, it's been really good. As always, there's links below for everything in relation to that. We have the Discord, you know, that's always there. We also have the Minecraft server. Might hop onto that later today if I'm able. Yeah, again, it's been really good. We'll be live on Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time as per normal. But that's everything for today. Again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe we'll do some more art streams in the future. Maybe we won't. Who knows what'll happen that way. But, you know, every once in a while it's nice to just change things up a little bit. But anyways, that's everything. Thank you guys again so much. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Monday. Yep. Take care, everybody. And hopefully see you then.